is Jay Dobbins, and I love the 99% Radio Network. Do yourself a favor and start listening today, right now, and every day. Tune into these guys and make yourself better.
Welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl on this Making a Difference Wednesday. You are listening to Sideshow and 12 broadcasting you live on FBRN.US here in Globe Life Park, the heart of the entertainment district in Arlington, Texas. Man, we got a bang-up show for you today. But before we get into that, I want to thank all our sponsors, the Veterans Resource and Outreach Center, the V-Rock, located at 4210 Industrial Street in Rowlett, Texas. The V-Rock End Life message have been dedicated to serving our veterans and their families and all their surrounding communities for over 20 years. They are a no-border agency, which means no matter where you live on this great planet, you can visit the V-Rock, and they will be more than happy to help you. Some of their services include food and clothing assistance, job readiness and placement, transition support, and medical claims, and much, much more. Visit them at lifemessage.org/veterans and see what they can do for you. Or visit them Monday through Friday between 9 and 5 p.m. And on Microdot Helmet and Scoot Dog Leather and Gear, located at 480 Debbie Lane in Mansfield, Texas. No rider should go without a Microdot helmet. It is DOT approved and one of the lightest things you'll wear on your head. Weighing less than a half bottle of water, Microdot is the helmet for you, man. Visit Microdot Helmet at www.scootdog.com or at microdothelmet.com. And our new sponsor, man, no rider should be without Law Tigers. Law Tigers are the lawyers for motorcyclists. Man, we all know going down on a bike or being hit by a car on a bike can really cause some devastating effects. Check out lawtigers.com, man. These are the professionals to help you get what you deserve in case of that terrible accident, man. So, man, 12, what's going on, brother?
I'm having some technical difficulties today.
You are, man.
Yeah.
You need a 14-year-old to work with your phone.
Yep, that's for damn sure. But
yeah,
it's all going good, brother. All going good.
You know, I want to say once again, man, we're going to miss Mongo, he's going to be on a hiatus for a little while, but he is here in spirit. So Mongo, we want to give you a big shout out, man. You are still part of the show. You are still a brother, man, and just heal, get yourself better, man, and then fill that seat, because that seat is kind of empty without you. So 12,
all right.
He's there. He's just the invisible guy, man.
Spirit,
we got Law Tigers over there, right? We got Law Tigers.
Absolutely.
Man, we got a couple people calling in today, man. Oh, we got one calling in right now. Well,
she's on the money.
She's on the money. I told her about 5 after, so she's calling in. This you gonna put her up on? Put her up. All right. Welcome to the 99. You are on the air.
Hi.
Hey, Steph.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you fine. Hey, everybody. Awesome. To our base around the world. This is Stephanie Sunker. Did I say that right?
Yep. Yes, you did.
want to make sure I said it right. She is the marketing director for Longhorn and Maverick Harley Davidson here in the DFW area. We welcome her to the show. Thank you for calling in there, Steph. How are you doing today?
I'm great, rocking and rolling.
Man, now you're the marketing director for two huge dealerships in the Metroplex, man. And now I know why you didn't have time to come into the studio. You got to be crazy busy.
Yeah, it's nuts. And, December, it slows down a little bit, but it gets crazy in other parts of the dealership. And we throw that many more events this time of year. So it's crazy. I wanted to come in so bad, though, but I couldn't do it there's a men's shopping day today, and then we have bike night tonight in Carrollton. So a little nuts right now.
No, I totally understand. And when it does slow down, we do expect your ass in one of these seats in the studio.
For sure.
But we can't thank you enough for everything you do for our motorcycle community around the Metroplex. Now, you guys had a toy ride. You guys had some other events coming up. Has the pandemic really lightened the crowds, or as the biker community says, screw it, we're coming out no matter what. We're not letting COVID hurt us?
Yeah. Well, you guys are bikers, right?
Oh, of course. No, we're not. No, we're accountants.
Definitely, bikers for the most part have said screw it.
Yeah.
So our events have been, way busier than I could have anticipated since being back, and which is a great thing. The only thing is with the toy run, the dealerships don't put on the toy runs, but we sponsor it. So the Texas Toy Run is a big one for us, and Longhorn's been a big part of that, and now Maverick has jumped on. That we couldn't do because it's like 3 different police departments and 2 major charities in Tarrant County and Dallas County, and they usually bring about 20 volunteers from each charity, and they just, with COVID, they couldn't guarantee any of that. On top of the police departments couldn't all guarantee that they could participate. So we had to cancel the toy run, but we didn't want to cancel getting toys and gift cards, donations for the kiddos. So that's been a struggle, to be honest with you. I have learned bikers like to be seen. So when you can't do a ride, it's not as fun for them. So we're trying to be creative, and I'm so glad you guys let me come on here. I don't know how to beg, but I'm hoping to beg people to come bring a toy and a $10 gift card to our dealerships.
Well, one thing about Maverick and Longhorn, and one thing about Longhorn that I know, and I've been to Maverick a couple of times, but I live close to the Longhorn. You guys, every time you do an event, you have, food, beer, you got great music. It's so family friendly and warm, so even if you didn't have a bike run, you could just pull up to that shop, and it's like pulling into a biker clubhouse, man, because it is so welcoming at both those locations. So, if you're out there, pick up a toy, drop it off at Maverick, drop it off at Longhorn, make a difference in a kid's life. This pandemic has hurt so many people, and it's volunteers, and it's the organizations like Maverick and Longhorn who are stepping up to make the best out of a bad situation. And they can't do it without our help, so we have to step up and do the right thing. So Steph, I can't thank you guys and the staff at Longhorn and Maverick for really pushing forward and forging forward to make this work. How could the 99 help you, and when do you need these toys by?
The charities need them, and the charities, by the way, it's My Health, My Resources in Tarrant County and Metro Care Services in Dallas County. And they need them by this Saturday because they have to wrap the toys. They have to use the gift cards to go shop for some if they don't have enough, or they re-gift those to teenagers because, teens are hard to buy.
Exactly.
But they need it by Saturday. So we're at that last stretch, I should say this, Law Tigers has generously helped out big time, and they donated some gift cards to try and entice bikers to come in, and we have 2 Christmas gifts at each store. If you donate right now until Saturday, you will get a ticket to enter to win this ultimate Christmas gift basket. Basically, it'll get you Christmas dinner, drinks, and some gifts. It's a $100 gift card to Total Wine, a $100 gift card to Honey Baked Ham, $200 gift card to each dealership, And then there's like some collectibles, Harley collectibles. There's little doll tigers, stuffed animal. You could regift it, keep it, whatever you want to do. And all you have to do is donate a toy and a $10 gift card.
Could I change in my honey hammed for another Total Wine?
You could get with the other winner, and maybe y'all could swap. Maybe one's a foodie and one's an alcoholic, and then y'all can switch it up.
Now you're going to be collecting toys from now until Saturday at what time?
Saturday until 6 o'clock.
Saturday till 6 o'clock.
So people need to know where to go. We need some addresses so we can post them out there.
Sure.
You want to post the addresses on our page so we can share it with you? Share it with our listeners?
Yeah. Yep. You say you put it on the page?
Yeah, we'll put the addresses, but you give a shout out on both locations, Maverick and Longhorn.
Awesome. Longhorn is in Grand Prairie. It's 2830 West I-20 Grand Prairie. It's right by that outlet mall. It's very hopping and bopping there. And Maverick's in Carrollton, 1845 North Interstate 35 East, and it's huge. You can't miss it. It's on 9 acres. So. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. We'll put both of those out. If you can send me some. Do you have any flyers out there, Steph, that you have made up that we could also share?
Of course.
Just send them to me. I'll make sure they get up on our webpage. And maybe Friday we'll stop into one of the locations. Maybe we'll do some live broadcasting from there. Give you guys a little last minute boost on the 11th hour to get people to come in. And once again, it's the biker community that always steps up. They're the ones that always shine. We can't let these two businesses fail because of a pandemic. We got to step up. So please make sure you can get out to either Longhorn or Maverick, drop off a toy, an unwrapped gift, and enter to win one of those great and fabulous prizes, except for the honey baked ham, by the way. No, I'm only kidding, man. There are fat people out there that need honey baked ham. There's no, I'm just kidding. But Lord Tigers, thank you, Lord Tigers. They're a sponsor of our show as well. Lord Tigers has always stepped up, has always been a great part of the biker community. So thank you once again, Lord Tigers, for really bailing out some people in a pandemic. So, big shout out to those guys, all those lawyers and bikers over at Lord Tigers. And what else you got coming up? You got any plans for the 2021 there, Steph?
Oh gosh, we haven't even finished this year.
Yeah, well, we're writing off 2020 as a bad year. We're looking to the future.
Okay. Well,
I threw you on the spot there.
This bike night, Bad Santa on Saturday. The real Santa is at Longhorn, and then next year, 2021 model year release happens. So we have a lot of stuff cooking at both dealerships because it's kind of weird. The last several years, the new model year releases happen in August for Harley. So they moved all of that to January, which I'm super stoked about considering it's kind of a boring month. You get out of the holidays. It's so cold for Texas. Now we're going to have these new bikes to look forward to. So we're going to have huge parties then.
It's need to keep it. Best time to trade in your old bike and get your ass on a new one just for the summer. Check out the new bikes. I mean, it's guy window shopping, man. Get down to Harley. I mean, I can go to Harley and just walk around and just check out all the stuff all day long. It's a lot of fun, man. There's always new things, but you want to walk out of there with a new bike. And I'm sure you got some great deals coming up for 2021. So you guys take trade-ins. Some of us are getting a little older. Maybe you want to upgrade to a trike. Get off those two wheels. Maybe sit back on a trike and relax and enjoy your retirement years. That's a good way to go as well, man. I mean, you got beautiful trikes in your showroom, ready to get out on the road for this spring. You can't find this stuff sitting at home on the internet. Get out and be a part of Maverick and Longhorn Harley Davidson.
Yes, get out of the house.
She kind of looks like one of Santa's naughty elves.
She does. No. Are you? I'm not going to go down that road.
No, I mean she's got the little black tassel and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
for the party.
Yeah.
You have to come.
12 people can hear you when you speak, right? Those aren't just the voices in your head.
Oh, damn! Did I say that out loud?
You said that out loud.
No, I mean she's got a black tassel on there. I can see it. Right?
So a black tassel makes her naughty.
So I'm trying to figure that out too. What does this have to do
That's not what I meant.
Where is your mind going?
I don't know. That's not what I meant, but I know what. Just move on.
I've never seen you turn red before.
Just move on.
You got redder cheeks than Santa Claus. Look at you.
Just move on. That's not what I meant.
I really think we should get into this now.
No, I don't think we should.
You opened up the flue on the chimney, and now all this naughty shit's coming out.
Like I watched Bad Santa the other night. I watched Frank
Not on
Claus.
Pornhub.
No, not on.
Oh, the one on TV.
Yeah, the one on TV.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Bad Santa, and then Frank Claus and stuff, and it just, you see the black tassel. That's what popped in my head.
Oh.
Popped in my head, came out my mouth.
Oh. I've seen Bad Santa several times. I'm still trying to figure out the black tassel for you. This is definitely.
I don't know.
You.
I don't know. But you know what? We're gonna dig deeper into 12's mind and find out what this whole. Maybe does this bring us back to like childhood memories with a black tassel? Were you spanked with one?
I'm taking the fifth there, Ben. Taking the fifth.
Steph, you sure you want us to come and broadcast at Longhorn or Maverick, man? It could get really, really bad. So you got the real Santa coming in on Saturday to Longhorn?
Yes.
And what time is that going to be?
That is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
10 a.m. 2 p.m. So bring the kids. Pictures are probably available, right?
Yes. Yep.
So,
free.
Yeah. So what better to do on a Saturday? Head out to Longhorn. And guys, listen, you can make it like, hey, honey, let's take the kids to Longhorn and go get a picture with Santa Claus, and you can just price out a bike. You could check out some gear. What a better opportunity to get that wife and the kids into a Harley Davidson dealership, and then you could use your finesse to get on that new bike and ride out of there, right? Financing's easy, very available. You can go in there at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, sit with Santa, and ride out with a new present for Christmas. How great would that be? That would make anybody's Christmas.
Oh,
yes.
Right?
Yes. Is that what you're doing then, Saturday?
Yeah. You know what? I will come out on Saturday to meet Santa Claus and sit on his lap. I will be out there Saturday at the Longhorn, and I'll broadcast live for you. That would be perfect.
Awesome.
I would love to meet you and meet Santa, and we're gonna have to talk about this black tassel.
There will be naughty girls there on Saturday with their old Santa, but I don't know if they'll have black tassels. But
there'll be naughty girls there. So
yes.
There you go. 12.
See, I was seeing a little bit into the future.
What better than Santa Claus and naughty girls at Texas Longhorn?
Come on.
I mean, it's a Saturday that can't be missed.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Well, Steph, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know you got. What do you got going on tonight? You got a men's sale, you said, at 5:30?
It's a men's shopping day that ends at 6. You can get up to 30% off your parts and motor clothes, and you're guaranteed 10 to 30% off. But then after that is bike night, and we do have Bad Santa here tonight. We have a local comedian that's playing Bad Santa tonight. People can get pictures with.
That?
Oh,
you don't bring kids tonight, for sure.
Now, where is that? Is that which location? That's at Maverick. Okay.
Yep.
So you got Bad Santa at Maverick tonight, and he's a comedian. Tonight is not the night to bring the kids, but bring the wife, because you never know. Bad Santa sparks some good things in bad wives.
Now you get the black tassel.
I still do not get the black tassel.
It's called a segue.
I don't get it. I don't get the black tassel.
I'll
I'm seeing a graduation cap with a black tassel.
Hey,
and not a Catholic schoolgirl black tassel.
Check it out, okay? It was a segue you were supposed to jump through, but that's okay. We had a miscommunication there, misfire.
But yeah, Steph, when you slow down a little bit, we'd love to have you and some of your crew in the studio talk about all your upcoming events and help you promote everything about Maverick and Longhorn. And we want to help share all what's good with what you guys are doing for your community and the kids and everything else. So you just reach out to us, and we'd be happy to help you in any way we can.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I'll see you Saturday.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
I set you up on a silver platter for that. Did you not go on their website beforehand and look?
No.
I know you've been busy.
I
did. I knew about the bad Santa, and I was trying to. I thought you did too. To be honest with you,
you didn't tell me about the bad Santa.
No, I thought you just knew.
All you're telling me is about a black tassel.
Yeah, but you and TJ booked that guest. I thought you had like the whole.
Now you're going to throw TJ under the bus.
No, but
you're going to throw our new sponsor from War Tigers under the bus.
I know, as prepared as he is, he probably mentioned it to you, and then you just forgot.
But he probably thought about the black tassel. He probably thought about the bad Santa, but he was smart enough not to let it come out of his mouth.
Yeah, but it's okay because they're having bad Santa at the place, so it was like a perfect segue. I just thought you would jump. I know you have those pithy comments on the tip of your tongue. I just thought you were going to jump.
I do, but sometimes I bite. But
you left me hanging.
I left you drowning.
You did.
Well, it was
fun.
It's okay. It was a lot of fun to watch you.
I set you
flounder.
up, and then you just let it go, and you did it with a straight face. So I'm like, that's good. Good on you.
But you know what was great? You did turn red. You did turn very red.
Because by leaving me hanging there, it gives everyone else a different impression. They're thinking my mind's in the gutter.
Well, it was.
Like Sea-Dog says, he says, I have no inner dialogue. Like I just popped out with that. But that wasn't the case. I was trying to set you up, but that's all right.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect.
It was
well, you know, I'm glad Stephanie called in early in the show. Tell us what the rest of the show is we got in store, brother.
Listen, so this is a good deal. I'm glad she called in. We're always happy to help the Harley Davidson dealerships here in DFW in any way we can, and we appreciate the referral from TJ on that. Thinking enough of us to see if we can help out, and I'm sure we'll have a good response on that. Coming up here in about 30 minutes. Man, I'm really excited because we've been working on this one for a while now. We've had Santos Lopez from Orange County Choppers on the show before a couple times, and we talked to him about the 9/11 run that OCC puts on every year down to Ground Zero. We talked about some of the bills, and we'd invited Paul Teutul Sr. to be on air with us, and things finally came together where we could have him on the air today. So we're going to talk to him about this Dream Machine build. This is a contest going on that the winner of will get to go and build this. I guess they call it like a concept bike or something. Paul can explain it to us.
I heard they're down to like 4 finalists.
Yeah, I think there's 4 or 5. I think that OCC's doing the build and stuff, but another group, I'm not sure. Maybe we can ask them about it. They don't have anything to do with the selection process, I guess. Right. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll talk about that because of our connections, specifically your connections with 9/11 and the firehouse where John LaRocchia worked and that whole story. We want to talk to him a little bit about the FDNY bike and the inspirations, and the inspirations for all these great concepts that they come up with. How do they sit around like us and drink beer and go, yeah, this does sound like a good idea, let's go for it. Or how they come about it. And we're just gonna, he's one of the world's premier bike builders and manufacturers, and so it's an honor for us as a bike about all things 99% motorcycling to get to talk to him. We're gonna have Rick Irving in studio here in just a bit. I actually kind of thought he might be here by now, and I haven't heard anything from him, but he is one of DFW's premier photographers. He's been here.
See him everywhere.
He's everywhere. He does so much with his camera lens to talk about vets, and he does it with pictures.
Just to not to cut you off, but you know what? Looking at my face, he captures the good side of my face, and no other photographer can do that. How you can make this face look good on camera? Yeah, he's amazing, and no filters, he took great pictures at the Back to Blue event. Yeah, he covers all of them. He covers Walk the Bridge, the air show over at NAS Alliance. He just does some great things, and we wanted to talk to him about that. I mean, he makes a difference with his pictures. He does, and if you don't know who Rick Irving is, follow him on Facebook because his pictures are just amazing. When you look at what he does on the weekends.
Finding Old Glory, taking pictures of the flag. Amazing.
Yeah, the old fighter jets, the F-14s. He's got great pictures with Sheriff Wayburn. He's got great pictures with Alan West and all these, law enforcement and military heroes throughout our community. So, like Rick Irvin on Facebook, once he gets in, you'll get to meet him. And then you may not like him anymore. So make sure you like him now.
and at also in the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to be joined by Mad Dog, Michael Lathrop from Microdot Helmets, also a sponsor of the show. He's going to sit in Mongo's. He's going to be Mongo this afternoon.
All right.
We're excited about that too.
Once again, we are all about making a difference. And when we talk about the motorcycle community out there doing what they can do, I just got to give a big shout out. I just got our numbers in. I don't know if you remember the Omega Gamma Delta Iota fraternity out of Grapevine John Walsh started doing a canned food drive a couple of weeks ago. And we just got the numbers in. He delivered all this food to the church over in Bedford, and we found out that the food drive that he did out of his garage, with some fraternity brothers, were able to feed 53 families in the DFW area. 53. We fed a total of 269 people were fed from the efforts of the Omega Gamma Delta fraternity, man.
That's incredible.
Grapevine.
Great job, John F. and Walsh.
That right there, when you think about feeding 53 families that would have gone hungry, but John, and the fraternity came together. They collected just some cans of food, some tuna fish, some peanut butter, some good healthy meals. And what they did was, and they delivered to the church. The church was able, because these food pantries now are really depleted all across the Metroplex because of the pandemic. You see these lines of cars pulling into places that the National Guard is even there handing out hundreds of pounds of food every day so these families can survive. And here, the Omega Gamma fraternity took it upon themselves and said, hey, listen, we're going to help out one of the smaller food banks in our community, and they got to feed 53 families. So I think that's a huge accomplishment for John F. Walsh and the Omega Gamma Delta fraternity. Great job, guys. Keep up the good work. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do once the pandemic is over.
So while we're giving shout outs, I got a few to give as well. First off, Nine Brothers MC over in Saxene-Weiler. They've been doing a coat and glove drive. Absolutely kicking ass. I'm not 100% on this. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Rigid is kind of the point of contact for that, the point man on that, and they've had such a great response. They actually had to set up additional collection stations, and all the stuff that they're collecting going to veterans. Also, along the same line, Southern Dogs 286, Scott Tex McCombs, or Combs. I forgot. Tex. I only know him by Tex. Tex is the point guy on that. They've been doing the same thing. Both of these clubs absolutely positively killing it when it comes to getting these new or slightly used jackets, warm hoodies for our veterans. So big shout out to Nine Brothers MC and Southern Dogs 286. They've just been really working, going out there and promoting it. Because of COVID, we're in cold weather now. It's for DFW.
Those jackets couldn't come at a better time right now, man. The mornings have been really cold. We've been dipping into the low 40s. So we have a lot of homeless veterans on the street, and we have a lot of needy families that, without these jackets are going to, screw COVID. They're going to get pneumonia, and they're going to become very sick because a lot of them do live on the streets. They're not in the shelters. So couldn't have come at a better time to warm up all these guys.
I have a thought I want to share. It's an observation that I saw about those homeless people that walk around the streets. But Shiner, our good buddy, Southern Dog, Bikers Against Bullying, he just sent a message, and this is fantastic. Southern Dog's really killing it here. They delivered a check for $17,000 to the Scottish Rite Hospital last Saturday on top of this effort. 17 grand. Another man is making a freaking difference. Way to go, Southern Dogs 286 for that.
He just
sent it?
Shiner, if you can give a quick call in, we'd like to hear about that a little bit. I just, because one, when you think about the Scottish Rite Hospital and you think about the Shriners Hospital, right? They're basically within the same Mason, I guess. They're basically in the same thing, but Shriners Hospital is always on the TV, and Scottish Rite you really never see. But they do the same exact thing, and they deserve to, be recognized as well for what they do for our children. So, Shiner, if you can give a call in, because Scottish Rite is one of those hospitals that, deserves some recognition. I'm glad that you guys were able to present a $17,000 check to them. These hospitals run mainly on fundraising dollars, because they don't charge any families for any of the medical treatment that they get. They don't charge the families for the hotel rooms that they have to stay in so they can be next to loved ones when they have to travel far to get to these hospitals, to get this emergency treatment. So when you look at the Shriners and you look at Scottish Rite, man, these are hospitals that really need our funds. They need our donations, because they provide such a wonderful and life-saving service for so many throughout the year. And I'm glad Shiner, Shiner just gets it. And he that's amazing. I'm choked up for words here.
He says he can't call in at the moment.
It's okay.
He's getting a new truck for Christmas.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was getting a pedicure.
No, he's buying a new vehicle, so he's in the middle of that. So we understand.
Oh, so not to say anything, but let's see, he donated $17,000 to Scottish Rite, but they
must
really
have done really good on that.
They really
right,
collected $40,000, and now I'm out buying a new truck. No, I'm just kidding. I am a comedian sometimes, so I'm just kidding on that. Shiner's not like that at all.
Just wonder if the dealership people can hear.
And if the dealership people can hear,
if he's paying in cash or
right, but you should cut him a break for all he does for the community.
If you can hear us, cut him a break.
Yeah, he needs that, because that truck is going to be more of a making a difference workhorse than a pleasure vehicle, I bet, because he is nonstop in his causes to go out there and help all our children throughout the Metroplex, man. Yeah. It's so. And how did WOW go? Did we?
Oh my God! We're not done with that. We're still. I've been talking to Little Tex. This is another DFW based club that's killing it. Along with they're international. Along with their nomads over in the UK. I mean, right now, especially at Christmas time, a lot of clubs doing good things. Blue Dales in Ireland, we talk about them all the time. They're killing it. But the WOW 2 collection is still ongoing, and I don't know exactly how it's going to divvy up. The V-Rock stepped up and made a big donation. We have it set aside. Little Tex is going to. It's a truckload.
Right.
And Judy will be the. Yeah, Jude is involved in that.
On the transportation.
She's doing the transportation part of it. So good job, Jude, once again, stepping up to help out others.
Well, last year they collected over 2,000. I guess it's 2,000 pounds. You put
blankets,
of blankets, 2,000 pounds of blankets. They filled up cargo.
Yeah, big cargo box. We're sending over other kit. For them to disperse to the veterans. And frankly, it's cold and no one wants to be cold, wet, or hungry, right. Whoever needs it. So we haven't tallied up yet, but it's going to be basically 2 truckloads of stuff.
Nice.
A lot of, and we're blessed with a surplus. We're sharing. That's just the bottom line.
Yep.
Into the story.
When we talk about the pandemic, we talk about lockdowns and stuff. yes, we're in our houses. We take for granted that, oh my God, we got to stay in our house for 14 days. But we got TV, we got heat, we got a refrigerator, we got a bed, we got a pillow, we got blankets, we got, video games, we got internet. We have veterans who served this country, who fought for our country or fought for our freedom, who are living on the street. They don't have water, they don't have pillows, they don't have blankets, they don't have jackets. They are freezing their asses off on the streets. And these are the men and women who served our country for you to have that home. So we have to step up, and thank God we have the biker community out there doing such wonderful things for our men and women who served.
Well, I heard about some other people today. I had an interesting phone call about some other folks serving, and those folks are called Badge of Honor. And I think you're one of those. Sam Horowitz is one of those, and Jeff Freeman
yep.
is one of those. And this has to do with these veterans, these homeless veterans, many of them who suffer from mental health issues, PTIs, traumatic brain injuries, and so on. I got a phone call. I'm not going to say the name because I don't have permission, but I got a phone call from a police department that's in close proximity to where I'm at, and but not in the same city. They called and were talking about you and Sam and Jeff and the services that you guys provide to help those that are out on the front lines providing these services. And so I want to give you guys a shout out. They were very complimentary today of what you're doing. And I was talking with this officer about these guys on the street, and something I've seen firsthand is, people think they're hunkered down, and some of our homeless people, they hunker down underneath bridges and whatnot. But a lot of these vets, they can't be in close proximity to other people, so they're not in these encampments. And
right.
If you're out and about late at night, sitting on a bench or huddled up in an alleyway somewhere, what's going to happen? Cops going to get called on you. They're going to find you. So a lot of these guys, they got to stay moving all night long. In the wintertime, when it's cold,
right.
And these coats and gloves and the hats, the hoodies that the Nine Brothers, the Southern Dogs, are collecting, and even over in the UK, that the Chaotic Angels are collecting for their veterans, because it's a similar situation over there. It's making a difference. And then you and Sam and Jeff.
Can't forget John Edmondson, our clinical therapist from Healing Springs Ranch as well.
Thanks for throwing him in there. I'm not familiar with that person, but it's a burden for the guys in law enforcement and the fire department that have to come out and render medical aid to these folks, and you're doing it all the time, and it does get stressful because you want to help at heart. Yeah, you want to help. And so we were talking about the training that you guys provide, helping them cope with these stresses, the stuff that they see because of that, and then to tie it in with the folks that are actually providing the material aid in the form of coats and hats and jackets. It's a great thing. So my hat's off to Southern Dogs, to the Nine Brothers, Chaotic Angels killing it, Blue Dale's killing it, all doing very similar things. Other groups, our own Third Watch has been involved.
Yeah.
We don't always toot our own horn, but a lot of people have been helped, and it's making a difference, and that's what this show is all about.
Well, just that you brought up, I'm just going to veer off for a minute, off the bikers for a minute, and just go on to the Badge of Honor. When we just did a past workshop sponsored by the Garland Police Department, which was wonderful. Todd Geyer, who is the mental health officer over there. He is the North Texas president of NAMI. He was involved. He set this whole thing up with Perimeter Behavioral Hospital over in Garland. We had 22 in attendance. We were able to cap out at 30, but we had 22 that showed up. Some of the police departments have been hit hard with COVID, so they are a little light on manpower. So we had 22 people there, and the resources that came out from 22 Kill, 3 for the Love, Our Watch, Texas, Heroes on the Water, Helping Heroes, a multitude of resources came out, and they spoke about their organizations that are there, that if you don't want to sit on a couch and talk to a therapist, there are other therapeutic means to get you mentally healthy. And they knocked it out of the park. John Edmondson, this was our first workshop that we did during the pandemic. And let me tell you something. It was so interactive. I haven't been to a workshop this interactive in a long time where officers actually spoke. They engaged, and we topped it off. We topped the whole thing off. And this is the cherry on top, man, is we introduced comedy to the workshop. And we brought in these two phenomenal comedians from the DFW area, Kim Wadsworth and Holly Stratton, who performed a couple of minutes. They did about 15-minute sets apiece, and they had all these officers and first responders and veterans, laughing and really looking towards, if you walked into that seminar going, man, I really feel down. You know how it is. You can get down that rabbit hole, right? These two comedians, along with our talks with Jeff and Sam and John Edmondson, we pulled a lot of people out of that rabbit hole, and just on a workshop. And I think we made a huge difference. I can't thank Garland PD enough for hosting this. Patriot Sandwich Company, David Jordan brought in a wonderful lunch.
I got something to tell you about that.
Chick-fil-A, big shout out to Chick-fil-A. They supplied breakfast for us. So kudos to you guys. One thing about this station, the 99, is all about promoting others and giving helping people and helping others and making a difference. And giving people, a pat on the back that they don't want that pat, but you know what? We're here to give it to you because we respect everything that everybody does. It's not about me and you 12. It's about the people that are out there doing this.
Well, let me interrupt you because I know you don't toot your own horn.
Interrupt me.
But
God damn it. No.
The things I heard said about you, my part, makes me proud to be associated with you because you are the real deal. Sam's the real deal. Jeff's the real deal. What you do is real. It's impacting lives. It's making a difference. And I wanted to share that with you. I didn't have to.
Well, thank you.
I didn't have to fucking tell you that anything about it. Okay. But you know.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You are a genuine person, and people that come to you for those things need to know the links and the effort that you're willing to go to. It's the real thing. And, I have much respect. That's why we're partners. That's why, we're in this with Mongo. But I digress. You mentioned David Jordan. So, David's going to create a sandwich.
Yeah, I saw that.
Called the Mongo. Yeah.
It's going to give you the shits.
I don't know what it's going to have in it, but I said it's probably going to have some smelly kind of cheese.
And whiskey. It's going to have whiskey in it.
You're going to and then prickly, too.
You're going to have to be 21 to buy the friggin' sandwich.
To eat that? Yeah. But we were talking about that earlier today. I think he's going to create a sandwich called the Mongo and then come on the show and unveil it.
Oh, wow. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we might have to have a little competition, like to see who can actually eat it. But
Dave, if you're going to bring one Mongo, because I would feel really uncomfortable eating a Mongo.
Yeah, who wants to eat Mongo? Maybe we can get someone to come in and eat Mongo for us.
Right. Maybe we can get Stephanie from Longhorn in her black tassel to come here and eat Mongo.
You had to.
I had to go there.
Well, anyway,
is it going to be a long hero sub, or is it going to be one of those little 6-inch?
I think
subs?
It's like a 2-inch, like one of those party platter subs.
Yes. It's a finger sandwich, right?
Yeah,
it's the Mongo.
It's a sliver.
It's the Mongo fingers. It's like that little Jewish bread, the little.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna so pay for that.
Yeah.
We will, right?
Mongo's
sitting at home plotting right now.
Mongo's doing something. He's like, God damn it.
He just broke his whiskey glass and knocked the H&M off the table.
We all have to laugh. We all have to keep upbeat during these hard times.
Yeah.
And I want to once again, we're thanking a lot of crews. I want to thank all our fans and supporters of the 99 for really tuning in, sharing our show, listening to us two old timers bitch and complain, but we try to bring the real issues to the table. We want to try to make this a fun a fun show for everybody to be a part of. We want this to be your platform to stand on, and we want to bring everything we can to you. And once this pandemic's over, man, we're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to talk about later on in the show something that's coming up in October of 2021, which is an epic event.
Yeah.
And you still have time to, book your reservations.
High Seas Rally.
High Seas Rally. We are going to talk about that later on in the show.
Can I give one more shout out before we move on? I'm watching the time.
We got time.
I want to also give a shout out to our original sponsor, the V-Rock. Over the past 10 days, the V-Rock has provided over 40 individual meals, over a dozen backpacks to homeless veterans, provided counseling service to 4 who needed it, desperately needed it.
Right.
All at no cost to the veteran. So, and that's just a few of the things that have gone on there. Feeding the poor, taking care of the poor, giving Christmas presents, making sure, helping other groups. For example, the United States Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program, acting as a collection station, trying to do, our part to be a good neighbor. But it's the taking care of people that have less,
right?
For whatever reason, especially those vets on the street, the veteran families who are affected by people away on deployment. Some folks haven't seen their family members for months on end, back to back, and so I just wanted to. I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out for all this. That's a lot, especially with COVID going on.
You know what gets me is the V-Rock has been doing all this, and they've been hit hard. Non-for-profits across the country have been hit hard with donations, with fundraising events, and stuff that they rely on throughout the year, so they can still provide for others. And the V-Rock has really, Chris Kazar, the founder of the V-Rock, big kudos to him for really doing a juggling act and getting the V-Rock and Life's Message through this horrible time of ours, and still being able to provide for maybe not as many, but for as many as you possibly can. It's really a juggling act when it comes to helping others.
So we have it's new to me. I don't think I've seen him before, but this is definitely worth a shout out. Got a message from one of our listeners, Saul Perez.
Oh yeah.
Do you know Saul?
Yeah, Saul.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you probably know him. He's got a really cool beard. And let me tell you about Saul. I watch him. He's got a video that he goes out on his bike, cold weather. This guy rides 24/7. I don't know what his road name is. I met him with Shiner on a bikers bullying thing. A BAB. Great guy. Saul's amazing.
Okay, so he's saying here, and this is definitely worth it. Another group of individuals making a difference. Said the Fort Worth Litas, Texas Bikers Helping Texans, and this one's funny. And Homie and Friends provided food for 900 families. How's it going, Rick? And they donated. Let's see. Last week they.
900 families.
2,740 pounds to the North Texas Food Bank last week up in Denton. Wow. So that's great job. Awesome. Just another group of bikers out there making a difference, knocking it dead.
Yeah, Saul's a great guy, man. And he's always out there trying to do something for the community. Once again, man, whenever you look at something going on that involves making a difference in somebody else's life, there's a biker involved. There is somebody who gets that wind therapy, rides those 2 wheels. He's out there making a difference, and you can't ask for a better community than that at all. You know what? We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be coming up with Paul Teutul Sr. of Orange County Choppers, man. I can't wait to discuss stuff with him, because you know what? Orange County Choppers makes a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Sure.
So stay tuned after this.
Come on in. up, y'all? This is D Shiesty on the D Shiesty Show. You be catch me Saturday between 2 and 3. Log on to hear comedies, videos, even talk about politicians, may talk about your family members too if I know them. So don't forget to log on Saturdays between 2 and 3. And oh yeah, while you're down here, stop by and check out D's Nuts. Y'all grab a handful now.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Wanting to host your own podcast or radio show, but don't know where to start? Have you been told you have the gift of gab or a lot to say, but don't know what to do with it? Don't answer that. It's simple. Fishbowl Radio Network, home to your favorite online radio shows. So contact us today and become the next big name in the industry. With a number of services to help grow your audience and expand your brand, there's no question why Fishbowl Radio Network is #1 in the business. With everything going on in the community, people are constantly looking for new info and entertainment. Now you can be that voice to bring what they need. Stop talking about what you want to do and bring it on air. Call Fishbowl Radio Network at 817-633-4880. That's 817-633-4880 and jump in.
Hello, I'm Bill. I've been in the financial industry for over 30 years. Now I share my passion for helping others become more financially educated. Why are so many people interested in what I share? Because like others, I've discovered who the financially free are and who they are not. But most importantly, I've determined how ordinary people can become financially free. If you're struggling with living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt while struggling to save for retirement, then I can get you the support you need. By joining the Mustard Seed Financial Literacy Series membership, you will get access to my financial courses. Hey, don't worry, I'm not going to teach you how to become a financial consultant, but I am going to show you how to get out of debt, how to raise your credit score, and how to put savings away for retirement. My courses are simple and easy to follow at your own pace. So join today at abetterwaytogrow.org. That's abetterwaytogrow.org. I'm going to show you a better way to grow.
Hello, we are It's About the Kids Incorporated. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that operates out of Dallas, Texas.
Our mission is to focus on the kids of today who will become the youth of tomorrow and the adult of the future. Today, tomorrow, the future.
Empowering the community one family at a time.
You can reach us at all social media platforms at It's About the Kids or online at www.itsaboutthekids.org.
Where we mentor a child, save a life.
Hi, this is Diane Marion Eunice, and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. For the past 9 years, I have worked with over 300 couples in the areas of sexual health, communication, and conflict resolution. If you are interested in rebuilding connection and intimacy with your partner, please contact me today. I can be reached at 682-201-8175, or you can email me at diane@letstalkrelationships.org, or visit my website at www.letstalkrelationships.org. And remember, you can't heal if you refuse to deal.
I just got back from my business trip and I'm anxious about the paintball bike. Josh made some executive decisions without me, and now I got to go see what's what. Okay. I just want to go over a few things with you guys.
Yeah, lots happened, man. A lot's happened fast.
This is the first time since you guys been here that we've actually done a bike that really has a theme to it. That's what we're known for, is theme bikes, forever. So I got a couple concerns. But the thing of it is that there's certain things that the customer says that he wants that we have to incorporate. So when I look at this is the big concern right here. I've been in situations before where we took the liberty of doing something and the customer said, you eat the bike. The client specifically asked if we can incorporate a paintball mask into the bike. And I don't see a mask anywhere on this bike.
I mean, I'm trying to model things off it in a tasteful way. I made a
Welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting live on FBRN.US here in Globe Life Park, the heart of the entertainment district in Arlington, Texas. Man, we have on the line one of my favorite heroes and the world's best fabricator. I think no one holds a torch to him, man. Welcome, Paul Teutul Sr. How you doing, Paul?
Good. The only thing, I can't take all the credit for that. I got to give a little credit to Josh.
No,
he's the real fabricator.
Your whole team is just amazing. I want to thank you for joining us here on the 99 today. It is an honor for us, and you have become such a an iconic personality throughout the biker community. From going from a small business in Orange County to really making a difference throughout the world. I want to congratulate you on that. First off, I want to know who Paul Teutul is, man. What got you into theme bikes? What made you say, "Hey, I'm going to start making theme bikes"?
It's kind of crazy because we didn't really kind of say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build theme bikes. That's gonna be our gig." We didn't do that. We were messing around, and we built a Spider-Man bike, just to build a Spider-Man bike.
Just screwing around,
and it was a big deal. We took it down to Daytona. Everybody, we had crowds around it, and everybody thought it was really cool. And people started asking us to do, mostly corporations. When we were doing a show, they wanted to do like a theme bike, whether it was to match what their company did or whatnot. But it really took off, and we're going on I don't know how many years on Discovery, 18 years, and we've changed the style bike that we're doing now opposed to back then. But we built theme bikes. I was just looking through one of our albums, and there's thousands of bikes in there that we built over the years, and probably 98% of them are theme bikes.
Now you guys, when we talk about building those bikes, there is such an art that goes into this. It's not just putting together a motorcycle. There's a lot that goes behind this. Now, have you always been fascinated with motorcycles since growing up, or is this something that you got into later in life? I mean, what got you into the whole motorcycle world?
Well, I was into motorcycles in the early 70s, and really what really got me going is I had a partner at the time that was he had built a bike from the ground up, so he was we had everything in the shop that we needed to do that, but and he was from Brooklyn, but he took a frame, stretched the frame, and he did everything that a lot of people couldn't do, and that's where I guess I got interested in building that type of bike, and really, and all through the years that we've been building bikes, these theme bikes and whatnot, it's not really my style bike. I'm kind of old school, I guess. I'm into pretty much the traditional chopper from way back 60s,
right? Panhead type of thing, knucklehead stretched a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, thank you again for coming on the show, man. This is 12, by the way, and I got to admit to being I think they call it a fanboy. I've been watching. I can remember when y'all did that very first show from your basement. I've been watching you that long, and I love your work and the all the dynamics that go on there. Got to ask you, who is that sitting next to you?
That's Josh.
Is that Josh? Is Jim right there somewhere?
And Josh is he's the main fabricator, and he's also an old school guy, and everything trends, and right now it is going back to the old chopper, and there's a hand, not everybody's doing it, but there's a good handful of talent out there. And how I met Josh is on Instagram. We were going to do our new season, and all the other guys had left and got different jobs, and I needed a fabricator, and I seen his work on Instagram, and I wind up reaching out to him to do a show with us, and that's 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was fun. That was the Spartan bike.
Yeah.
And he flew me in, and we've been talking for a little bit. We tried to actually meet in Austin, Texas, but we both missed each other. And then came down and did that bike and got along really well. We had the same thought process on how bikes should look. We had the same interest in the bikes that we liked in the past and what we rode, and just hit it off, huh?
Yeah.
So, well, welcome to the 99% Radio Network, Josh. We're glad to have you as well.
Thank you.
When I was talking to Jim prior to the show, we were talking about the New York connections that we have, and I don't know what he told you about my partner Sideshow here, but Sideshow is a 9/11 first responder and has some deep emotional attachments back there, and so we would be remiss because of these connections that we have with New York and 9/11, all that. We wanted to talk to you about the FDNY bike and how, when you guys put that together. I was looking at pictures of that again today, and the attention to detail to make it fire related. And then I watched the segment from the show where you all went to the firehouse, and I wanted to ask you about the emotion of that day, because I know how those kind of things affect Sideshow. He actually knows personally, as good friends with someone that was assigned to that station and was deeply impacted by that day. And if you don't mind, just talk to us about that bike a little bit.
Well, again, that was a tribute bike to the 9/11, and that impacted everybody at that time. And we just kind of got together and said, what can we do? And we decided to build that bike, and it was. I think that it was something that would touch everybody. Reach out to everybody, and
still does.
And yeah, it still does. We still have the bike.
You say it's not just the 9/11 bike. It's New York City. That really represents so much more than just 9/11. When you look at that bike.
Worldwide to everybody that served in something, and everybody that's been a part of,
not just firemen.
Yeah, not just firemen, but everybody. And I think that bike will probably live on forever when it comes to that.
It's interesting because it's all over the world. That bike has touched everybody all over the world.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We have walls. I mean, full walls of patches from police, firemen, military. It's amazing. It's amazing. People come around and they'll put a helmet, a fireman helmet or a hatchet, and families that are part of that would bring stuff and put it right around the bike. So it was an emotional bike for everybody.
We've had some folks that listen to the 99% Radio Network from back there. Specifically, there's a group called Fourth Watch, and they're still active duty first responders back there, and they've participated with you all in the past. I don't know how many times, but I know they've done it in the past on that 9/11 ride, and they have spoken on the air going months back when we had Tick Tick on here about the meaning of that bike, the emotional impact that motorcycle has. And then when I looked at the pictures of it today with all the patches and the shirts and the fire helmets around it, man, you get the sense of just what the impact of that one bike to these guys that were there, and even some that weren't.
And I'm going to jump in on this, and I'm not going to discredit the 9/11 bike at all, but I think all of OCC's bikes have that same meaning throughout whatever community or organization they bring it into, because when you look at a rock band, right? You can't just throw anybody into a rock band and make that song work or make the crowd feel what they feel. OCC has put together such an amazing crew of passionate guys that build these bikes, and it shows in the finished product. So what you guys do for organizations and foundations, when you put this passion into a bike, I mean, you guys, it's like an artist putting paint on a canvas. How does the inspiration come about when someone comes to you and says, hey, I want this type of bike?
It's funny because when you talk about this, I think of the EOD bike we did. Mm-hmm. And that one was really powerful for me too. I mean, when we did the unveil, we're with, people that are dying every single day, serving this country. There's families there that have just lost their husbands in active duty. I mean, that brought tears to my eyes. That was probably the most powerful unveil I've been through. So when it was leading up to all that, these guys come into the shop and you get to meet these guys. You get to hear their stories. You get to feel their passion, and we get their input too. And so it's pretty easy to find that creative juice and that path to go down when you're surrounded by those people, and we're really heartfelt here.
Yeah.
We really projects, we research it, we see what's behind it, we do our best, and knock on wood, they like it when it's done, but it's easy to really get into it. You never have a lack of passion or creative responses when you're around these organizations or these people that are serving this country.
Plus, we have very high expectations.
Yeah.
So very high expectations, and
you're very easy to get along with, Paul. I can see you're very easy to get along with.
That's the first question that I always get with everybody. Is he screaming? Is he hitting? What's going on over there? I'm like, he's hanging out, man.
So,
going to church.
Paul,
man, he's raised his voice with me. They're like, damn it, man. Everybody wants to scream out, Paul.
Paul, excluding the fire bike, one of the most meaningful episodes that I ever watched is the one, and it goes back a ways. Y'all had a disabled veteran come into your shop, and you somehow managed to figure out how to hook a wheelchair onto that bike. And I can remember, and I was going through the short clips of those today and refreshed my memory. And I saw how when you guys made, you gave this guy the ability to get out on the road again. And I saw the emotion, excluding, say, like the fire bike and the impact of delivering that to the fire department. What has been your most meaningful build?
I always say the next one.
Yeah. I could relate to that, man. That's because it's the next high. It's the next feeling, man. That's got to be
POW. To me, the POW was close to my heart, and that was one of the kind of the same on the same lines as the fireman bike, because there were so many people that were affected from the Vietnam War. So it was a tribute to them. And when people, even we did a bike for the NYPD. People appreciate that recognition, and I don't think that a lot of these organizations and whatnot, they don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah. Another one that comes to my mind is we did the Oscar Mike Foundation bike. And that bike was really cool, man. We, once again, got to hang out. These guys are great friends with Noah. Some of the most amazing people I've ever met. And they're all either handicapped or paralyzed or disabled in some way. And so we did a sidecar for that one. And so when we did the unveil, once again, everybody's hanging out, and it's just super emotional. And it's already intense. And we get out there, and this guy comes out in a wheelchair right in the middle of the unveil. And he's like, I used to ride all the time, and obviously losing my legs, it's something that I've lost in my life that's been really hard. I mean, I was holding back tears, with this story. And so we put him in the sidecar right there, started the bike up inside the unveil, and I started ripping him around the dance floor on the bike. And he was in tears, and he's like, I can't thank you enough for putting me in motion again. I just got to ride a bike again because of you guys, and it just blew my mind. And those memories and those moments will stick with you for the rest of your life.
But I mean that's just those are just powerful stories, and some people would never think that just building a bike could have that type of effect on somebody. But man, you got to go out to one of these unveilings and go look at the. Changing the life of one person is all that matters. And when you can do that for an organization or a foundation like you guys have provided and done, man, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Yeah, how wonderful the feeling must be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a powerful thing. Yeah. It's amazing that you have that power to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like you said, you can build a chopper, nice chopper. People appreciate it, all that stuff. But when you have the opportunity to change people's lives and make a big difference in their life, and you're able to do that,
right?
Who you are, because you said, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty amazing. Especially, it's just not one, it's just not two. It's, I can go on forever, make a wish foundation.
That's insane.
Yeah, so it's endless. But those are the bikes that you'll always remember. You'll always remember those bikes.
Well, I think it's the passion you put behind it. It's the creativity and the net. Your team gets together and they talk about it, and you know what, that feeling that you guys put into that bike is felt and throughout the bike. It gives out that aura, and it makes it just not a theme bike, but makes it personable. And I congratulate you guys on what you guys do for a lot of people.
Now, Paul, do you all still ride regularly? Do you have time to get on the bike and get some wind therapy?
Yeah, I still ride an all-out chopper, way over front end. Josh rides more of a bobber style, but yeah, we get out, and any chance we get out there and ride. We just did a pretty good ride in Florida.
Yeah,
we're opening up a nice restaurant, retail, and a museum of all the memorabilia that I've collected through the last 20 years. So we get the opportunity.
Bikes.
What's that?
All your bikes.
Yeah, all my bikes.
All these iconic bikes you're talking about will be there.
It's going to be pretty cool. But, Florida, the roads are nicer, and so is the weather. So
yeah. I heard you guys are getting like 12 inches of snow out there today, right?
And the roads and the potholes, it'll sink you in your whole body. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
They'll never find you when you fall in one of those bottles.
Hey, Paul. I would get my head slapped if I didn't introduce you to one of our sponsors who just showed up, Mad Dog Mike, who he's a developer of Microdot Helmet and of Scoot Dog Leather and Apparel. He is one of our big sponsors here. I want to introduce you to him. He is a very big fan of yours as well.
Well, don't forget Rick, because Rick's here
Rick
too.
Irving with our event photographer. So I want to introduce you to these guys. These are kind of our team guys, and they help out the 99 a lot as well. So,
Mad Dog, you got anything you want to ask Paul while we got him on the line?
I just enjoy listening to his stories. So I'm assuming your restaurant's going to be in Orange County, Florida, right?
that would have really confused people.
Yeah, we already get enough people that think it's in California.
I just got, man, you got the proper dome for my microdot blister. I think it fit that melon of yours just perfect. So I consider that lightweight, easy on the neck, quick release, DOT. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say to you, man. Enjoying your show, enjoying your creations over the years. It's been great.
When we talk about the theme bikes and the passion that goes behind there, there's also those fun and creative bikes that you make. And I was looking through your top 50. You got to tell me about this Bill Murray bike.
Oh, the best, man. The best. So glad you said that, because that is number one.
That really sparked me. I was like, because I'm a big Bill Murray fan, Caddyshack, the whole bit.
That was fun. You want to talk about fun? That was a fun bike. We were out golfing, and the guy is really probably one of the most down-to-earth, funniest guy, natural funny. It was amazing to be around him.
So what, you just were out golfing with him and he said, hey, build me a bike?
No. He, it's kind of amazing how we wind up building these bikes for just every kind of walk of life and every person. It came, either he came to us. I don't remember exactly how it was, but that's how it started.
Oh, okay.
And the shop, and we went over the bike, and but during the course, we had a lot of fun. So one day, he's a big golfer. I've never hit I don't. My son Mikey could hit a ball pretty good. But so we wind up on the golf course. But we did actually, I think he auctioned off the bike for a charity. But it's probably the most memorable out of all the bikes that we built. The fun bikes. that would be number one. And I always tell people that.
You know, I saw that bike on the website, and I'm like, friggin' Bill Murray. I said, I could just picture, Paul's whole team sitting in the shop with big screen TVs of Caddyshack, Meatballs, Groundhog Day, all going off at one time. All going off and just having a great time building this bike. Because that's what's so wonderful about Orange County Choppers is, they build these really momentous, powerful bikes, but then they build like the Spider-Man bike, the Bill Murray bike, the 9-foot long Shaq bike,
Yeah.
So you guys, the roller coaster ride inside that shop must be incredible. On the highs, the lows, the laughs, the crying. You talk about a first responder having an emotional roller coaster, but when you sit in that shop and you don't know what's coming in through that door going, hey, we got to build this for this child, or we got to build this because we want to make fun of somebody, or, you guys must have a great time coming up with creative ideas.
You said something before that I don't know if people recognize as much, but it's a team. The team does that. You know what I mean? It's not just, one person can say, this is the bike we want to build, and supposedly could be the creator, but it's really not the way it works. It's like the team that I've had in the height of what we were doing there were next to none. Right. It's hard to get people together so passionate, and that creates friction.
Work well with each other.
Because everybody has their opinion of what they think that it should be until I come along and say, this is what it is.
Somebody's got to be the boss.
Well, every great team has a leader. Yeah. Every great team has a great leader, I mean, look at Aerosmith. Steven Tyler, he handpicked his people, Van Halen, he picked his people. The creators of Seinfeld, he picked all those characters to make a phenomenal show. Paul, you picked a great, amazing team to pull this, to bring OCC where it is today. And that, I got to pat you on the back because that's talent. Your hard core ways really, kept the team, made that team, because you can't just let anybody in. Like Josh. Josh is a phenomenal fabricator. You can't just have some guy off the street going, hey, I could build the bike. You got to have someone who has all the components of the passion, the love, the stamina to really pull off such an amazing piece of machinery.
We talk about that a lot, that your work speaks for yourself, and we kind of live with that motto here is when we produce a bike, it should speak for itself. It should be an emotional feeling for all parties involved, and we do. We definitely wear our hearts on our sleeves and are very passionate people.
And I think the fact that I create some fear in everybody.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So, Paul, we got listeners that are listening.
Go ahead and mess it up,
Hey, Paul, we got listeners on around the world right now, and we got them over in the Czech Republic. We got a small crew of guys, and I think it's pronounced Ostrovo in the Czech Republic. And they were texting me before you came on, and they said that Paul Teutul is a riding legend in the Czech Republic. Is there a story behind that?
Huge following over there, though, right?
Huge following.
Overseas following is always it's crazy.
The thing of it is that our show played in 160 countries.
Yeah,
wow.
So there's not a person in the world that doesn't really know who we are and what we do, And I think that our show went beyond just bike building. Believe it or not,
I did too.
Our biggest core of audience was families.
Yeah, I agree with that, because they can relate to the yelling.
and all your life, all your problems, you guys threw it on TV.
Yeah.
So the whole world got to see whether it was a good day, a bad day, whether they were hugging or smacking each other, no matter what it was, they laid it all on the line. There was no bullshit. And I feel like people can always connect to that because we all have that story about our old man and the fights, or if you're struggling with family, hey man, we can watch these guys on TV. Hey, they're just like us. They connect with people.
Everybody identified that except for us. we never had a clue.
Yeah.
That we were that. Those people
that dysfunctional,
and that people would say, "Hey, these guys are cool." Well, we're dysfunctional. We're not cool. There's nothing wrong with you to think that we're cool.
But I don't think there ever was a show that really laid raw emotion out like that, and I think that's what definitely made it special and separated it from the rest of the shows. Building bikes for like we've already talked about, great things and causes, and then on top of it, hey, this is who we are, this is our lives, take it or leave it. And I just feel like that's what really made a connection with people, especially in their own living rooms.
One of our listeners wanted to know if y'all had a budget for doors and windows replacement.
That's sometimes you forget about that stuff. And somebody mentioned the other day about the doors, and like it dawned on me, like that was such a big part of our we had if you had a bad day, you can break a door and be okay.
Yeah, you guys destroyed everything.
Yeah, I mean, but like 5 doors up there. We went through every. Listen, we had. I think to my office there was 1, 2. There was 4 doors going into my office. That office, and we would go through all 4 doors at one time. Never expected sitting down on the couch. Now all of a sudden, wood splinters all over.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Something. It was a lot of fun.
And Josh, you just said, when you talk about people related that it was a family show, especially Italian families, you knew the screaming in the kitchen. So his shop is almost like kitchen with mom and a couple of relatives, But
yeah,
what I seen in the show as back when it first started as a young entrepreneur is that perseverance, hard work, diligence, even a small business, a small shop, doesn't matter how small, if you have the passion, you can bring something to your goals and your dreams can come true. And with OCC, they did that. They went from a small shop in Orange County and they blew up because of the hard work, the dedication, and the perseverance that they put into the love of their job, and it just showed a lot of small businesses what they can do if they just tried and if they just moved forward. So although, yes, you definitely resonated with families, you definitely resonated with the small business community as well, saying, hey, I want to be like that.
Well, he's an entrepreneur. He had correct me if I'm mistaken, he had a welding business that's separate or was separate from the bike building. I mean, you've been in small business for a long time.
Yeah, I've been in business since 1971. Yeah, that's a long.
71. I was 71. I was sketching on the back of cars in Long Island every time it snowed.
Buddy. But a little bit about the steel business is, that's really a tough business. But you know what? I loved it, and it kind of was like, it's kind of like building a bike because when you start out with a raw piece of steel, and then when you're done, it's a building.
Yeah.
And then you're off to the next one.
Speaking about buildings, you guys were one of the first people to go into the Freedom Tower when what was his name? Dan Tishman invited you guys over to build the bike, the 911 bike. And I know I'm jumping back on it, but when you said buildings, I figured it was a great segue. I got to see the building afterwards. I went back almost 11 years later after 9/11, 12 years later. How was it walking around? You said even the fountains weren't the fountains weren't even going. What kind of feeling did you guys get when you walked through that building that day?
It's still kind of crazy, because it's kind of like here today and going tomorrow in a sense, you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like, you know, when you could visualize the people that were in there before that happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the normal, everybody went to work, and, you know, the building was full of people that were working and doing their jobs, and now it's not there anymore.
And to be a part of that, though, to be a part of making a difference, the OCC crew, like I said, the once small little business that blew up into creative genius, now you're part of such history. That's just something to be so proud of. It's something to be,
except for one.
What do you mean?
Except for one.
Except for one what?
Well, you know, I saw John F. and Walsh on here, and we have a great friend of the show. We've done some projects with him, and his name's John F. and Walsh, and he's with Omega Gamma Delta Iota fraternity. Yeah, and he's a New York guy. The only one I think you guys flopped on, Paul, honestly, is the New York jet bike.
Oh,
okay,
geez.
That one sucked. Frankly, if it had been an Oakland Raider bike,
at least he didn't make a Raider bike.
No,
you know what? There is no metal in the world that can make a Raider bike.
It would have been great.
That would stand up to the heat of the road.
You couldn't even see the New York jet bike for the grass in the stadium. I mean, they had to go to Giant Stadium to deliver it.
You know what? Maybe I'll just go to Oakland and steal all the metal. All right?
That's great.
You know, the bike. You said Bill Murray donated the bike for charity, and a lot of your bikes do get auctioned off for charity, for these great charities and making a difference. And they raise so much money, and that's what the 99's about. When we talk about the biker community, we talk about a lot of the clubs out there that are out there either doing Toys for Tots or raising money or grabbing jackets and grabbing blankets and bringing them overseas. You guys build bikes, and a lot of your bikes have saved lives. So, you know, thank you I want to just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for making a difference in so many different lives, both personally and organizationally.
What's that, Ron? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the end of that.
Oh, and organizationally, I mean, you've brought, you know, your bikes have saved lives. Your bikes have put food on tables. Your bikes have clothed people. Your bikes have fed people. Your bikes have, you know, given money for operations and cancer. Inspired people. There's so much. And I just wanted to thank you from the 99% Radio Network, because that's what we're about. I just want to thank you guys and your team for what you guys do.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having us, and thank you guys. It's an honor.
Well, listen, I know you guys are really busy. I know you're trying to beat that snowstorm. That's has it started to snow yet there, by the way?
There's no windows in the shop. Paul didn't want us to be able to see outside. Very happy here. It's just work.
No windows.
Well, we really do appreciate you all just taking the time to come on, and you know, we've been admirers and followers of your show. Like I said, for me anyway, since the very beginning. I know Sideshows was right there, right behind me. Thank you guys very, very much. If the 99% Radio Network can ever do anything for you all, we're here in the DFW area, and
yeah, if you're in the DFW area, stop by. But we want to talk about that biker build-up. Did we hit that yet? The four finalists?
We did not.
Are you guys announcing that tomorrow?
Good thing.
Right?
So that closes up this Thursday night. The voting ends, and we should probably have something Friday saying who the winner is.
That's amazing.
We had some very disappointed people here in DFW that really wanted the opportunity to be a part of that.
We had a lot of guys here, a lot of guys from the clubs around here that were fighting for position. But I saw the four finalists, and you guys are going to get the pick out the one on Thursday, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Thursday night is when it ends. Yep.
Fantastic, man. Well. We'll share. We'll be more than happy to share if you allow us. If next Wednesday we will share the winner on our radio show, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
Fantastic.
So one more thing before you guys leave. We Discovery reached out to us the other day, so there's a good possibility that we'll be doing another series.
Fantastic. Soon. That would be great.
Yeah.
In Florida, or in you're going to stay in Orange County?
Depends on the weather. If it's winter time, we're doing it in Florida. Summertime, we could do it over here.
How do you get in on the sponsorship or something like that?
Mad Dog Mike wants a sponsorship on that. He wants to get have you guys ever seen a Microdot helmet? Have you guys ever worn one?
No, I don't. No. I was thinking about that.
Listen, I'm not a big helmet. Being in Texas, when I rode in New York, I always wore a helmet. When I came to Texas, I was like, man, I'm not going to wear a helmet. I put on one of these Microdot helmets, and I'm going to let Mad Dog really explain it. They are the lightest and most comfortable helmets. And I'm not saying it because you're our sponsor. I'm saying it because it's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check it out. I was thinking about that. There's state law with the helmets here, but in Colorado, where I'm from, in Wyoming, there is none. So, my wife gets after me, and I have a little boy, so I should be wearing a helmet. But I didn't back then either, because I found them uncomfortable. I found them where I was blocking my view of riding. I'm always looking all over. So I'm going to look you guys up right after we get off this.
Well, it's microdothelmetsplural.com. But my biggest customer are guys who don't like wearing helmets. Of course, we're in Texas, not a helmet law state.
Yeah.
And if I can get one guy who wouldn't normally wear a helmet, if I can get him to wear one of my buckets and something happens, then I feel I've saved his life. But my helmets are they're so lightweight. I've had 3 neck surgeries. That's kind of what started the whole thing. I cannot wear a standard DOT helmet more than just a half an hour. My neck and shoulders go through spasms. But these, I can wear one of these all day long. I wanted a helmet that was DOT that you could wear in any state that would fit in your saddlebags and get you to wear one. So most guys don't wear helmets because they're hot, heavy, and they itch. And these overcome every reason why a guy doesn't normally wear a helmet. And so they wear them because of style and comfort.
And you don't look like Kazoo wearing it.
Right. You don't look like big old mushroom head.
You don't look like a mushroom head, right.
Their style. You've seen the TV show The Mayans. Sure. Yeah. Well, Easy wears my Twister 2.0 style with the brim in the back. And it's one of the only helmet that's really designed to be worn either forward or backwards. And it's in fact, with the brim in the back, it's a polo style. You don't even know that's what it is until you put the brim forward. But if you go into the sun, sooner or later that sun finds that sweet spot between your forehead and your sunglasses, and you have to put a hand up in the air. With this here, you can just let go of the handles, and in about 3 seconds, turn the brim around, and now you got a functional sun visor. And check it out, microdothelmets.com. I think you'll be impressed with the helmet and our reviews. We got outstanding reviews, so we make a good compliment to your show.
Do with that?
I know.
You know what we should do with that? We should do a TV show with that.
Yeah, we can work that too. We got some crazy things going on in our shop. I tell you.
That would be pretty cool. Hey,
ask them where the shop in Florida is going to be. We can put it.
Where's the shop? Where's the shop in Florida going to be?
Shop's going to be in Clearwater.
Clearwater. Okay. When's your opening date? You think?
May, somewhere around May
of 2021. All right, awesome. Maybe the 99 would have to come out there and be at that grand opening and at least film it with some of our people from the Czech Republic and Italy and let them see what's going on.
Yeah, buddy.
No, you're welcome to do that. The grand opening's going to be pretty huge. So, we'd love to have you.
We would love to come out. I'm going to take that as a personal invite there, Paul.
That's it. Hey, we're going to be down at Rossmeyer's at Daytona as long as they have.
Yeah, if you don't mind us there, we would love to come out and meet you and really share your opening with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I'm telling you that I'd appreciate that.
Fantastic.
Where are you guys at in Texas?
We're right here in Arlington, Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay. I love Texas. We go down there, try to do once a year. We didn't go last year, but we always go to Austin for the handboat show. And so Texas is one of my favorite places. The people, I love it.
Well, Santos Lopez has family in Garland, Texas, right next to Rowlett where I live, and that's how we actually hooked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you guys ever come out here, we broadcast right out of the old Ranger Stadium here in Globe Life Park. So, listen, we would love to have you guys in the studio. If you ever make your way out here, Josh, if you're traveling through, going back to your home state of Colorado, or actually when you're coming back, you can grab some gummies and come back and then come down to 99. Don't come on empty-handed. And we'd love to have you in the studio.
Awesome, guys.
And this might help. My son-in-law is named Matt Tuttle, and he lives in Colorado. So
tell him to bring some gummies.
Yeah, here you go,
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. We're very appreciative of it. And now that you've been on the 99, doors always open. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys very much.
Good luck through the snowstorm, guys.
Thanks, guys. Stay
All
warm.
right. God bless. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys as well.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Man, once again, I got to say, as bike builders, Paul doesn't want to take the credit for that, but he really put a team of, amazing team together. You can't just do that by accident. That's a talent in itself, because you really got to have the strict rules to say, hey, either you made the team or I'm cutting you, and he put this team together, and they really make a difference through so many lives around the world. And kudos to the people in Florida. You're going to be getting a little piece of OCC in Clearwater, and I'm jealous, man, that it's not here in Texas.
He gave credit he talked about how hard it is to put together a team. He had a top-notch team.
Yep.
Everybody that was on his team, they had particular skills, and you can remember when they'd do the bikes, they'd have the frame and the motor, and Paulie would be doing designs, and he'd say, no, I want this, I want that, and then he'd give it to Vinny to do this and whatnot. And they all had arguments. But they all worked together for this goal. Sometimes under a time crunch, which is really hard.
Yeah,
and then sometimes Paul would have to drop the hammer and say, "No, I want it this way." It's all right to have a team, but you got to have somebody saying, "Nope, this is the way it's going to be." And they built, a motorcycle empire, basically.
Yep.
I think that's a fair statement, isn't it?
And you know what? And he says that they're looking maybe to come back on the air. And let me tell you something, if it's Discovery or whatever network's about to put these guys on the air, you better make it quick, because we want our OCC back on TV, man.
Yeah.
We want our OCC.
Yeah. We have more questions to ask them too, because I thought, if I recall, that Junior's shop is real close. They're right next door, or not, obviously right next door, but very close, where they have to drive by each other.
So is it like the Hatfields and McCoys?
Yeah, I think they've
buried the hatchet
out. Yeah, but still, that has to be an interesting dynamic, right? Like that.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to ask that, but maybe next time.
Yeah.
We'll get a chance.
You asked the marketing director of Harley Davidson about a black tassel. We're not going to ask Paul about his family.
I told you
affairs.
that was
It's
a
not
segue
right.
for Bad Santa, buddy.
We got to learn to keep your thoughts sometimes in your head and not out of your mouth. They get you in trouble. But once again, man, I want to thank Paul and the whole crew from OCC. Keep doing the great work that you guys do every single day, making a difference in people's lives. And to all the people in New York, man, you guys are lucky to have OCC part of your state. Florida is going to be lucky. And, man.
So I got an idea, though. And for those that are just joining in, we're joined by Mad Dog of Microdot Helmet and Scoot Dog Leather Apparel.
Which is going to be now a customer of OCC.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get to that. And our good friend Rick Irving, who is a photographer extraordinaire. We're going to be talking to him, both of them, right after the break. But I got an idea, Mad Dog. Maybe what you do is, you comp them a couple helmets, right? Send them down there.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to put Mad Dog on a spot.
Well, I wasn't going to say it on the air to them. I wasn't going to say it on the air like that. I wouldn't do that. But, maybe, and then they get them and they're going like, wow, these are cool. Let's call that Mad Dog guy up.
Yeah.
And then Mad Dog says, well, hey, let's bring the 99 down. We'll talk about some kind of a, I'm just thinking out loud.
They're already packaged, ready to go. All I need is their address.
Yeah, I mean,
at least I think we can fix you up with that.
Josh's wife is worried about him. He's uncomfortable wearing it. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
I'll get the measurements. I'll get the measurements for you.
Yeah, we'll get the measurements.
We'll send Josh a helmet.
On the 99.
Yeah.
And Paul.
And Paul.
Yeah,
well, Paul's he's got a big melon, man. He's a big dude.
Yeah, it's all around it. That's why he's a guy. Yeah.
So, Paul and Josh, let us and Mad Dog, send you 2 Microdot helmets on us from Mad Dog Mike and Scoot Dog Motorcycle Leather and Gear here in Texas.
And then they can make their own determination whether they like them and if it might be a product that they might want to put in their shop. They have a shop that sells stuff.
Right,
How's that?
That's great. Yeah. I didn't realize they had merchandise inside the shop other than the motorcycles.
Have you ever seen inside their shop?
Well, I've caught their show several times, but
I can't really say that I was looking more at the bikes rather than the merchandise.
Their merchandise is incredible. They got a great shop, and if you want to get any of the OCC swag, you just go on orangecountychoppers.com, and they got some great patches, decals, mugs. They got everything. Everything that you would want to outfit your man cave with for OCC paraphernalia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm not too sure if they had small replica bikes. I wasn't too sure if I saw it. I got to take a look again.
I don't know if they're. I remember they used to have them kind of lined out where you could go and look at the different ones. I don't know if
but I'm saying like little replica, smaller ones that maybe you
for
could
presents.
put. Yeah. I'm not too sure if they had that or not, but I'd have to take a look at their website. But go check out orangecountychoppers.com. Pick up some swag, man, and give it for Christmas because everybody loves something from some sort of motorcyclist, some sort of motorcycle gift during the
and they
the
got a cool
holidays, man.
selection. You could get just about whatever you want.
Exactly.
Maybe one day they'll be building a 99% radio network bike.
Maybe. Well, I want to throw out another invitation to those guys. If they ever get here to walk the bridge with us for post-traumatic stress, they can walk among some of the greatest heroes in the world, the veterans and our first responders when we walk our bridge. If you check out, and remember, on the 22nd of every month we do this. So coming up this month on December 22nd, starting at 6 p.m., we will walk the bridge again.
Yep.
Please visit www.walkthebridge.org and follow us on how you could help your heroes. And we're going to be discussing after the pandemic with Blue Help with Karen Solomon on future endeavors on our memorial park that we will be building, the first in its nation, to hopefully.
And we're still working on it, by the way.
Yeah. The pandemic's hurt us, but maybe we'll get that rolling and maybe get some groundbreaking September of 21. So that's going to be an epic thing for all our first responders and veterans around the world. So
just because we're not talking about it doesn't mean we're not working on it.
That's correct. That's correct. So in our studio right now, we got Mad Dog Mike of Microdot Helmet and Scoot Dog Leather and Gear. And we're going to talk about one of the events you had this weekend, right?
Well,
that I missed.
You did, but you know what?
I missed both events.
It got put off
weekend.
to the 19th, so it's next Saturday. And it was the last minute kind of went from the 5th.
They canceled because they knew you weren't coming.
I got to apologize to TJ and I got to apologize to Mad Dog because this Saturday I was so shot I couldn't move. I stayed in the house all day long, didn't even go out.
You didn't have COVID, did you?
No, I did not have COVID. But it's funny. Even if now someone gets a sniffles or coughs, it's like, oh, you got the COVID. My grandson, who's 5 years old, right? His sister, who's 2, right? Sneezed the other day. We were on FaceTime, right? And his sister sneezes. And this 5-year-old, Cash, I love him, puts up his shirt, looks at his mom and says, "Mom, she's got the virus." I mean, come on. We're still allowed to get sick. People do get sick, and it's not always COVID.
Sometimes
flu, you still have the cold, the flu, syphilis, gonorrhea. We all still get that stuff.
Well, maybe you do. Not me.
There's still diseases out there that a penicillin shot and a Scotto whiskey.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I was Navy.
I heard they park you off the shore. They come on the shore until you get all cleared up.
Hey, some of our listeners can relate to that.
There's a few probably.
Yeah, I'm looking at Shiners on here. Megan Cruz, Bruce. Yeah, they all know about gonorrhea and syphilis.
He will squash you like a bug. So, I see.
He's just looking for one of those honey baked hams.
That's true. He is. Yeah. I see a lot of similarities between you and Rick, though, and how I don't know how you do it. You're everywhere. You cover events around the Metroplex. Sideshow's always going, and occasionally you're it's not like we're spring chickens anymore. Your battery wears down, you get tired, and I don't know how you do it, but you seem to be like the Energizer Bunny, Rick. You're always going, and it's not like you just go and take one picture. You take hundreds of pictures that you like and I know after the break we're going to talk just a little bit more about it, but the way you frame them, you set them up, you have what impresses me about your photography is the emotional impact that some of them are for fun. Let's be honest, they're throwaways, they're just for fun.
The naked pictures are all fun.
Yeah, that stuff's for fun. But some of the pictures, the emotional impact of those pictures, and I have a phone full of your pictures.
The naked ones?
Some of the flag, for example, some with these older vets, especially the ones, and we've lost a few this year from our World War II generation. They have such an impact. And when we come back from break, I want to talk to you. How do you decide? How do you set that picture up?
You said you're going to talk to him after we come back from break.
Is that what I said?
But you kept talking.
Okay, so let's shall we go to commercial break now?
I don't know. What do you think, or do you want to talk?
Okay, no. We'll talk to him after break.
You sure? We're not going to continue to talk to him.
I'm sure.
We'll just break and then we'll talk to him.
Yeah, we'll break and then we'll talk to him.
All right. You're listening to 99% Radio Network here in Globe Life Park, man. We're having a great time. We have some great guests. We're going to be back right after this.
Come on in and take a trip down memory lane in Garland, Texas at TLC on the Lake, located at 4881 Bass Pro Drive. Step in and enjoy our made-from-scratch meals. It'll make you feel like you're back in Grandma's kitchen. Our friendly staff is always ready to serve you and take care of your every need. Enjoy your meal on our outside deck while overlooking the beautiful views of Lake Ray Hubbard. If you're out with the family or hosting a corporate event, visit TLC on the Lake or give us a call at 972-203-8512.
We all know that safety comes first, but you don't want to look like your parents are sending you on a bike ride. Here at Micro DOT Helmets, we're focused on lightweight DOT certified helmets that protect and still look great, so you don't have to look like that mushroom from Super Mario. If you do have an accident, we'll ship you a fresh new helmet. Real lifetime warranty, only at Micro DOT Helmets, a veteran-owned business.
I went to the Street Vibration Fest in Reno. I was on my way back, 50 miles from home, and then the guys wanted out of the express lane because he didn't want to pay us $6 and swooped me and locked him up. I went down.
911, do you need police, fire, ambulance, and probably police? Where I hit a motorcycle driver.
Something that I never really planned or thought about is getting in a wreck.
I knew that I was always destined to be a trial lawyer. Now, I have a pretty broad experience in the law, but I started practicing and was representing people that were injured, and I was representing insurance companies that were operating against the person that was hurt.
Bills started adding up. I had hospital bills that I had to go get x-rays and MRI and all this other stuff that basically came out of my pocket until Law Tigers got involved.
I became nationally known for doing brain injury and spine injury work. I was representing a lot of motorcycle riders who unfortunately are subject to very serious injuries.
The guys that it came out to my house when I was all laid up, filled out the paperwork, mailed it in for me. A lot of Tigers helped me recover that plus what I didn't know about.
How can we help the most people? Doing what I love to do, which is to ride motorcycles and to represent those that are injured and get their families back in the place they need to be to get their life back.
If you ride, you obviously know Law Tigers. I mean, in my book, I go to rallies, I see them. They're there for us riders, help support us when we are hit or taken down. Don't hesitate, call them Law Tigers.
We are in studios at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Log on to hear how I inspire and motivate you to be the best you that you can be. We take you from one end of the spectrum to the next.
So be sure to log on each week on Tuesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. to the Ask Doc Sherry Show
on FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Podcasters, the name of the game is to get more visibility for your podcast so you can gain more credibility with your audience, thus more profitability. If you're ready to start syndicating your podcast and massively grow your audience and influence, then contact Fishbowl Radio Network today at 817-633-4880. Fishbowl Radio Network is one of the largest streaming platforms in the world, and now your podcast can be heard all over the world by the listening audience that Fishbowl Radio Network has amassed over the last 11 years. With over 6 million impressions a month and growing, this is a platform that all podcasters should be on to create greater visibility for their podcast. Jump in today and be a part of the Fishbowl family, streaming great live internet radio shows and podcasts 24/7. 817-633-4880. Jump in.
Hello, I'm Bill. I've been in the financial industry for over 30 years. Now I share my passion for helping others become more financially educated. Why are so many people interested in what I share? Because like others, I've discovered who the financially free are and who they are not. But most importantly, I've determined how ordinary people can become financially free. If you're struggling with living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt while struggling to save for retirement, then I can get you the support you need. By joining the Mustard Seed Financial Literacy Series membership, you will get access to my financial courses. Hey, don't worry, I'm not going to teach you how to become a financial consultant, but I am going to show you how to get out of debt, how to raise your credit score, and how to put savings away for retirement. My courses are simple and easy to follow at your own pace. So join today at abetterwaytogrow.org. That's abetterwaytogrow.org. I'm going to show you a better way to grow.
Hello, we are It's About the Kids Incorporated. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that operates out of Dallas, Texas.
Our mission is to focus on the kids of today who will become the youth of tomorrow and the adult of the future. Today, tomorrow, the future.
Empowering the community one family at a time.
You can reach us at all social media platforms at It's About the Kids or online at www.itsaboutthekids.org.
Where we mentor a child, save a life.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting you live from FBRN.US. Globe Life Park, the heart of the entertainment district here in Arlington, Texas. Man, we just had a great second hour with the boys from OCC, Paul Teutul and Josh, giving us some great insight on things to come for OCC for 2021.
And Jim was there too, but he just never said anything.
Oh, Jim didn't say anything. No. But yeah, it was a great conversation. If you missed it, hey, shame on you, but you can always hit us back on a replay after the show. Check us out on our Facebook page. In the studio, we got Mad Dog Mike from Scoot Dog Leather Motorcycle and Gear. Leather and Gear. I'm dyslexic. I am sorry.
Tongue twister.
And founder of the Microdot Helmet. And we have Rick Irving, our DFW, actually Texas event photographer. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you.
Just get a little closer to the mic.
Okay.
Yeah. 12, you were talking about Rick with the way he captures pictures, and it's almost like OCC. The way they, anybody can put a bike together in their garage. They can build a bike, paint it up. But it's the emotion, it's the vision, it's the inspiration that goes behind the building of the bike that makes that bike the bike.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody could take a picture. I take pictures all the time. You take pictures all the time, but they don't come out quality, right? because there's an art behind taking a picture.
So I want to ask him a personal question, and this is what I think the first time I was introduced to your pictures where I really paid attention was when you did the back to blue over here between the two stadiums. And then you came out to the dedication of the bridge. And this is what, why I wanted to ask him that question about how he framed him and the emotion. And I could just, speaking for myself, he took a picture of me in the morning, okay?
With wood?
Buddy, your mind is someplace else today. Tigger is going to wash your mouth out with soap when you get home. No,
Yum.
So you remember when we first got there? It was very stressful because the van had got stuck in the mud, and the city,
the kids were getting out.
Oh my God! And the city was, they had their panties in a wad because we were tearing up the lawn and all that, right? So I was starting to stress. Okay.
Right.
A lot, and my phone was blowing up because people were calling me going, 12, tell them to get off the lawn, and
get off the lawn, like the old man.
Who's our friend from 22 Kill over here? He just got the new job. We talked about him last week.
Dan
Lombardo.
Lombardo.
Dan drove it, the truck across the lawn, and they're 12, get him off the lawn. And I was like, it was very stressful. And Rick took this picture of me where I was responding to a call from the city on the phone, and man, I don't know if it's because you're taking so many of them, but he captured, I was worried and I was getting nervous, and it was bugging me that all this stuff right at the beginning was, it was a big shit show. But I looked at that picture close. I'm going, my God, you captured that feeling that I could remember having right at that moment. And so how do you frame your pictures when you set them up? Because when they're not like I guess I don't know what you call them, like a fluff picture of a airplane flying over, but when you take these impactful pictures, how do you frame them up?
Well, a photographer, you have to
stay right into the
focus in the eyes. That's where you set the focus.
How'd you do it with me then? My eyes go all over the place.
I have this in photos
at the same time.
But you have to. I focus on the eyes because the eyes are the wind of the soul, and if you focus on the eyes, then you can get all the emotion with the face and everything.
So when you because you've had extraordinary shots. I mean, some pictures of not only 12 but like Angel Carter. You've captured her in such wonderful moments, and you could when she's smiling or when she's just deep in thought, and you did a lot of great pictures at the 9/11 Heroes Run with Travis Mannion, so do you look for that, or are they just are they accidental, or you feel a moment coming?
I'm constantly looking. I'm like a sniper, and I'm constantly looking for where that picture is.
But you got to pre-text that picture because you don't know when it's exactly going to happen. It's like lightning.
Yeah, you have to be quick. I was working with a photographer one time at a softball tournament, and he kept putting his lens cover on his camera after he took every picture. I'm thinking, man, you're losing a lot of pictures because you're having to take that off and on.
Right.
But you have to kind of be aware of everything that's going on, and then just pick those pictures. Because I don't do a lot of stage pictures or pose pictures. I just capture a lot of
action
shots or candid shots. Because most of the time people look at them and say, "When did you take that picture? I didn't know you were taking that picture."
I saw a lot of pictures of Alan West.
Yeah.
That really bring out how powerful he is. You could take a picture with a cell phone and be like, "Oh yeah, that's Alan West," but then Rick takes a picture, and you could feel the power that this man has. Just how you grab that emotion from it is just a work of art.
Floyd is another one that he took pictures of that you can see the
wrinkles in his face.
Blade Floyd McClendon, retired Navy SEAL chief. He has that command presence, that, and it's the way you're able to capture these attributes of people that are so amazing. I'm because I'm old, but we lost him here a few months ago. He was a bomber pilot.
Fisk Hanley.
Yes.
Fisk, yeah.
Fisk, and you took a lot of pictures of him.
He's the person I've taken the most pictures of, probably almost 2,000 pictures.
Wow.
I was with him for several years at many events, and I just tried to capture as many images of him as I could. And I try to capture as many images as I can of our World War II veterans, because we're losing them so fast.
So the more pictures Rick starts taking you, the less time on this earth you have.
Start getting worried. But I mean,
he's got about 1,800 of you there, 12.
Hey, I know I'm counting down, buddy. Trust me, I'm on the clock. The pictures you took of, he mentioned Alan and Floyd. They show a lot about their personalities, and those pictures of this just dear World War II veteran, when you would focus on his eyes, you think about, it makes, when I look at those pictures, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what those eyes have seen. Because you can look at them, say the eyes are the window to the soul, and you look at them and you're going, he's smiling, he's he's relaxed in company, but you look, if you just zero into this area right here, you're going, there's a lot going on right there that this man, and that's the way it is with all the pictures that you've taken. And the only other time in my life that I've seen pictures like that were the other one was of Sergeant Major Blatnick.
Yeah.
When he was talking about going back to Normandy, right? And I don't know if you ever had a chance to meet him or not.
I've taken his pictures.
Did you take his pictures? So, a little bitty man, very unassuming, long white hair, looks like somebody's grandpa. But when he started talking about, he went back to Normandy and he started talking about the men. We saw this at City Hall over in Rowlett one night when we recognized him as one of Rowlett vets. He said, I got out of the boat, I walked up on shore, and I finally saw a picture of that the other day where he knelt and kissed the sand.
Oh, I saw
and
it,
he said, I could see their faces. And then he started naming them. And if the mayor hadn't cut him off, he probably would have gone through and named every single man. But you could see in his eyes that he was seeing them. He could see them as they were on June 6, 1944. And I'm going to tell you, that was a powerful moment. And to me, that's what your pictures capture, is emotion like that, like life and death emotion, the most raw human emotions. It ain't like me and you taking pictures with our.
You just hit on a powerful thing, man. And I don't think anybody could have said it any better than you just said it. But when Rick turned around and said, the eyes are the windows to the soul, you reversed that whole thing. And and veterans, and now that you think about it, and I've been around veterans. I'm not a veteran, but I've been around veterans, and I never looked at it that way. What those eyes must have seen. You could look at a veteran like one of these sergeants, or Blatnick, or Blacknick, or what's the other?
Fisk-Stanley.
Yeah, if you can look at those guys and you can see the happy, the joy, the whole bit. But you can also see the sadness and the things that they've been through. So you knocked it. That's and to capture that on camera is hello.
Better get the phone. Where's our board operator? Welcome. You're on the air with the 99. Who do we have here?
This is Angel.
Hey, Angel, how you doing?
I am awesome. I'm so excited to see Rick there and see all of you. But, oh, my, you touched on it. He captures the emotion. But to me, I feel like maybe he does it because he can sense that emotion. Like it's about to happen, or with his sniper sense that he said, like it's amazing. I have paid for professional portraits that didn't look anywhere near as well as his do. And I learned from that. I myself try to take pictures when we do things, and I like to catch people when they're not just posing, because that's when you get the spirit of the moment. So, yes, Rick is awesome at capturing that. I love it.
Well, and he's consistent about that. You just don't find it in one picture, and then, he misses the boat on another one, although I'm sure he's probably taken some duds from time to time. But as as you were saying that, I was thinking about another person that I don't even know if he knows his name, but Gabriel Joseph on the bridge.
Yep.
And you and I you know him, and me and you know his story, but I've looked at pictures that Rick took of him on the bridge. And when you look at, and you said you focus on the eyes, when you look at him, you know his story. You know when he's on that bridge, he's thinking about his family. He's thinking about his brother, his cousin. He's thinking about his own journey that brought him to that bridge. And when I look at that, and I have much respect for Gabriel Joseph anyway, for his whole story, which we won't go into right now, but just him and Sarge both, you know, and when he's rucking that 100-pound backpack every single time faithfully because of the way that he's been impacted by veteran suicide. I look at those eyes and man, you don't think you can see that, you know, into his soul with that. So these are powerful, powerful pictures, and they're tools as well, because you can take a picture with using all your skills, and we get a copy of that picture and put it out there to say, like, the bridge audience, and they look at Gabriel's face, for example, or Sarge, you know, you took one side by side.
Right.
Man, the impact that your pictures have, Rick, are just, do you realize the impact that you have on people with your pictures? I'm sure you probably do, but.
I don't always realize the impact, but, you know, about every 4,000 or 5,000 pictures that I take, I'll see,
4 or 5. Thank God you don't have to go to Photomat anymore.
I'll see that one picture, and I think, this is what it's all about. This is what I've been striving for, is that one picture. You know?
Right.
Because on an event, just like the bridge dedication that morning, you know, I probably took 1,500 pictures, and I end up with 200 or 300. Because the first thing you do is go edit, you know, and you take out those that aren't framed, you take those that aren't focused, and then you start working on those that are, because every picture that I publish, I have edited. You know, some people just go take pictures and just throw them out there, but I'm real careful that, you know, sometimes I'll slip up and somebody with their eyes closed or.
Hefe said not to ask you about the nudes, by the way. I'm guessing those are the ones that.
You know, but and your editing, I mean, probably minimal, because, like I said, you know, the candid shots that you take, Rick, and, you know, Angel, it's funny you called. I don't know if you heard me say something about you before. You know,
I did. I was all over that.
He's taken such wonderful shots of you that you can almost see what, you know, like Angel was thinking, like in you know, the spring with the fish kill cleanup, or while she's you know, directing traffic for a food drive. You capture what the person is almost thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at the picture and it's like, oh, that's Angel, but you could go, man, look. You could see the passion. You could feel the emotion. You could feel everything that she's feeling at that moment. You capture a moment in time, and you know, people think, oh, I could pick up a camera and do that. You can't. That's something that's inside you, Rick. You know, it's like when we're talking to Paul and his crew from OCC. Anybody can build a bike. It takes a certain person to be able to make people feel that bike. You know, they've captured the feeling of those bikes. You capture the feeling of those photos. Not everybody can do that.
And you know, it's something that just evolved. I didn't go out one day and say, I want to do pictures. I want to go take pictures of people. It just happened. And I was blessed that it happened like it did.
So you've never, like, throughout your life, you weren't a big picture taker?
I bought this camera 3.5 years ago. That's when I started taking pictures.
So what motivated you into you know, photography?
I bought the camera to do a vlog, a video blog, and I took it to a group called Roll Call. It's a veterans luncheon, and I took my camera. I said, "Can I take some pictures?" They said, "Yeah, sure." So I took some pictures. People liked them. Went back the next month, took some more, and people liked them. Somebody came and said, "Hey, can you take pictures of our organization?" And then it just kind of mushroomed. And probably one of the best things that has happened photography-wise was I went to a deal called War Stories that the Fort Worth Air Power Council had. And I took my camera and took some pictures and sent them to Tal Milan, the chairman, and he liked them. And then he sent me an application to join the Fort Worth Air Power Council. And, you know, per their bylaws, they only have 200 members. They cap it at
Wow.
200. I'm thinking, man, this is pretty special.
Yeah.
I started looking at the roster, and it's generals and colonels and, you know, congressmen and things like that, and they want me.
And they want Rick. Well,
and from there, I got involved with the Air Power Foundation and do a lot of their photography work. And, you know, they put on the Sky Ball, and both organizations do a lot for military and veterans. But over the last 3.5 years, I've done probably 60 to 80 nonprofit organizations for their events, golf tournaments, skeet shoots, and things like that.
I saw you do some stuff with 22 Kill on the skeet shoot.
I do a lot of stuff with Dan. Dan's helped me a lot. Dan called me one day. We met at a Whataburger, and I saw that ring, and he had something about 22 Kill. We were going to the veterans.
And you just thought he was a fat guy eating Whataburger, right?
Yeah. But we struck up a conversation, and we went to the place where they were staging the parade and started talking. And then before long, he called me to do something for the sheriff.
For Weyburn?
For Weyburn. So I started taking pictures for his campaign, but then I started doing a lot of 22 Kills events. But I've done a lot of events for a lot of organizations that work with post-traumatic stress. And one thing about it, you know, what I'd like to have is some kind of like regional come-together meeting for all the organizations that help people, because our end user's the same. You know,
right.
The people with post-stress. But a lot of them don't work together. We don't know what this one does or that one does. If we could all get together and better serve the end user, because we're all going after the same dollars. And right now, in the nonprofit organizations, it's tough to raise funds.
Right.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah.
We're having to think outside the box in a lot of organizations to try to figure out better ways to raise those funds.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head with what the 99% Radio Network and the Mad Radio Show is all about, is bringing these non-for-profits, bringing these organizations together, because, you know, just like we had the workshop the other day, we had 3 for the Love, we had Heroes on the Water, Our Watch Texas, 22 Kill, and a few other organizations there. And you see the organizations now start to chat and how they can help each other. Hey, could I use this? Hey, maybe we should get together.
That's what we need to do.
And what the 99 and Mad Radio have done is we've joined these networks together, like the clubs. We've joined the clubs together. We've networked the clubs to start meeting each other. And what happens is now these clubs get together, they band together, they're stronger, and now their fundraising events become more meaningful. They become more productive because, you know, a small club out of East Texas who really doesn't know anybody, but now networked in with the 99 and networked in with a couple of other groups. Now you got 100 bikers going out supporting that smaller group, which they would only had maybe 25. Now they have 100 of people supporting.
Kind of along that same line, I have an idea to throw at you.
Okay.
And maybe you've done it and I've just missed it. But if you haven't, here's an idea that would be very impactful, I think, for what we do here, what Mad Radio does. A lot of these groups are very interested in helping our homeless veterans. And just like some of your pictures of when you took pictures over at NAS, they make me want to stand up, salute, and say America. I mean, I love the Air Power pictures. I mean, you just take great pictures.
You should see some of the pictures that I haven't been able to post yet, that the NAS, you know, the Naval Air Station, they're kind of
the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I had a situation I want to share that is probably similar to a lot of situations. You know, there's a lot of discussion in our communities about homeless people and homeless veterans, you know, just in general. And I got involved because I saw it. I wasn't communicating, but there was some people over in East Dallas County that were bagging on a homeless person that they saw standing on the corner. And I had driven past her. I knew who that person was. he was one of our vets that we serviced at the V-Rock. So I'd like to challenge you sometime. Maybe we go around with some of these groups, band together, because a lot of people are involved in this, and we go around where these homeless vets are, singly and some of them in small encampments, and take pictures of their life. And what really pissed me off about this particular incident was people were bagging on him. They were making all kinds of assumptions. Oh, he looks really healthy, like he could work, and this guy would not be suitable. But I saw his DD-214 because he came into the V-Rock. This man earned a Silver Star and 2 awards of the Purple Heart. Okay, so he got our nation's 3rd highest award for valor, and he was wounded twice in service of our country. All right, and people are bagging on him, going like, he looks like he'd have a job. He has a PTI so bad he can't
Right.
function. He can't live around other people. He's one of these guys that I was referring to that walks the street at night. Okay, over by where I live.
But on that note, what you gonna before you start taking pictures. You
know where I was going with that.
I know, and I think it's great because those pictures would tell a huge story. Yeah. But I'll let you know one thing, and this is only from past experience.
Right.
We went out with Melissa Handy. She's Angel. You still on? Is she still on?
Yeah. I'm
okay.
Still
Okay.
Here.
Just
I
want to make sure we didn't lose you.
Dinner on the table.
I just want to make sure we didn't lose you.
You didn't. Y'all have a great one. Enjoyed it. Thanks.
Thank you,
Angel. If we don't talk again, Merry Christmas.
All right. Enjoy dinner.
All right. Thanks.
All
Bye.
right. We went out with Angel. We went out with Melissa Handy, and we were feeding the homeless over on Lancaster, and we'd go out every couple of months, and we'd feed. She would bring out these. Give clothes and the whole thing. Her group, and Mad Radio went out there to show not only the homeless problem, the homeless issues, but to show what Melissa does with her organization. And we got a lot of negative feedback.
I remember.
We got a lot of negative feedback and not from so much the community, but from some of the people that were on the streets, because they feel that you're taking pictures to exploit them.
Right.
You feel like they feel like an animal in a zoo.
And those are good points. And
there's a time to take
right.
a camera.
Right.
There's a time not to take a camera.
Yeah. So I learned that.
You are correct. I was just thinking of the emotional impact tell that story. That a picture of this is a man who is representative of a number of other people that we deal with all the time, and to do like you do, and if you could capture, I think that person's story.
Be amazing.
And I've got a friend right over here in Arlington, Gerald Kern, fabulous photographer, and he does that through the food bank. He builds a relationship with these people, and then he tells their story and takes those pictures.
Yeah,
there's got to be a way here, because that pissed me off so much that these people were bagging on this guy, and they don't know his story. He's just another homeless guy that's in their backyard.
They judge.
It was bullshit.
Yep. I'm a member of the American Legion Riders, and they send out usually a survey once a year. So I just did my survey for the American Legion. And what I didn't realize, and the number that sticks in my head, is 47%. I know it's better than 40, but the number's 47% of all homeless out there are veterans.
Oh, veterans.
Now,
I would agree
only
with that.
3% of the population are veterans. But 47%, it just floored me at that. So when you see these veterans, when you see a homeless person out there, there's a good chance that person's a veteran.
Has served his country in most cases honorably, and has seen, especially, people have to remember, we've been fighting since 2001. Okay, 2001, 19 years we've been at war. Many of these guys have had multiple combat
3,
tours.
4, and 5 tours.
Exactly.
You used to do one tour and then you went home and somebody else took over. Now
they have seen the worst.
Right.
And it's exactly what you do. We have failed those people.
We have failed those people because there is no reason a veteran should lose his home while he is fighting for our country. There's no reason that the lights should be shut off on a veteran's family, or a veteran family should go without food because their husband or their wife is out serving our country, and then they come home, be evicted from their apartment, be evicted or foreclose on your home, and to be out on the street.
How about a veteran on food stamps?
Right.
It's a huge number.
With no food. This particular veteran
you know
came
this.
into, and this is the thing. What people don't realize, he realizes that he's messed up, that he has demons, just the very people that you're trying to help on a regular basis. But when he came into the V-Rock, right, he came in there, and this is a guy that walks the streets at night, lives on the street, doesn't have regular access to hygiene, so on and so forth, had no food, no money. Now he's entitled to stuff, but with COVID, there's a multitude of reasons, plus what's going on up here. But he had enough pride in himself to square himself away. And every person that's ever been in the military will recognize that term. Square yourself away, soldier, Marine, whatever. He did that before he came in. He stood at attention at the window to ask for some food. You don't think that hit me right in the nuts, buddy? I'm telling you,
right.
It just got to me. It really did. And they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? And especially your pictures are worth 10,000 words. When I saw the people where I live, I was ashamed of many of them for their comments. I really was. And I wanted to get on there and just say,
right.
That's what I wanted to say, because I knew this situation, I could speak directly to it. But a picture of this person with a little background to that picture, this person standing on that corner that you were bagging on, going, not in my backyard, I'm a homeless guy, blah, blah, blah. That could change a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
People would say, well, maybe we need to put our support behind those. There's a multitude of people or groups that are helping these folks. Or maybe they need to put their support behind Badge of Honor, who's going out and actually trying to do something constructive instead of just saying, we have a homeless problem, and this guy's disgusting because he's standing on the corner asking for a cup of coffee. Listen, I am as conservative a person as they come, but when it comes to helping them like that, I guess I'm as liberal as they come, because that's bullshit to leave these guys on the street corner like that, especially a guy that's been wounded twice and has a Silver Star. That's ridiculous,
right,
in my mind.
Well,
unacceptable.
No, and it's unacceptable that we have any homeless. When you think about it, okay, there should be nobody living on the streets. I don't agree with that. I mean, some people choose to live on the streets, but you know what? When you look at it, we are all of us, unless you're a millionaire, we are all 2 to 3 weeks away from being homeless. And the pandemic has caused much more homelessness, which in turn causes more mental stress and causes domestic violence and causes addiction and causes suicide and causes so many health problems. So, and this is where, like Giuliani, when I was an NYPD cop and I fell under the reins of Giuliani and Commissioner Bratton, they said, they were laughed at in the beginning when they said, if we take care of the small crimes, if we take care of the squeegee guys and the beggars on the street, we will stop the bigger crimes, right? And everybody goes, no, that's not going to happen. Oh, yeah? Well, it did. And crime plummeted and the murders dropped because we started taking the squeegee guys off the street and all those little panhandler guys off the street, right? If you fix the homeless problem, if you start putting the families back there, and our veterans aren't homeless anymore, and our families are back under a roof, right? You fix the domestic. You start to see a decline in domestic violence. You start to see a decline in addiction. And the mental health, because you're giving somebody something that is worth living for.
Well, your pictures could definitely add a positive voice to that. So I know that that's pretty intense, and we obviously have some very intense feelings about it because we deal with it on a regular basis. Well,
we could raise, everybody raises awareness. And you do this, you do one person at a time. You can change one mind. You can like the group of people you just saw, right?
Yep.
As dickish as they were, and you felt like going to smack them, right? It's like looking at you're judging a book before you even read the book, right? And people have to be educated. So we try to educate people on first responder and veteran suicide. We walk the bridge. We try to raise that awareness and see what we're doing, and we're getting there. We're getting there.
So
unless you want to take on a whole nother thing, I'm in. I'll jump in both feet.
But some good organizations out there. One of them that I work with is the Hands of Hope of Tarrant County, and every year they have a homeless veteran stand down, and those guys 200 or 300 line up an hour before we open the doors because they outfit them for winter, flu shots, give them haircuts, shaves, new boots, coats, all that. Those are the kind of organizations we need to help. We need to go get the pictures to tell their story, So.
But here, Rick, you look at this. In Dallas, under I-45, there was a homeless camp underneath there. Because people didn't like it, because around that area they were all pissed off, they broke that camp up. Now there were hundreds of people in that camp, right? And that was their own little community. Right? It was fenced in. They lived under there. They did their thing. They were safe. They felt safe in their community. But somebody, probably some politician, didn't like it no more. Maybe his family came into town and said, "Oh, what's that homeless problem?" And they made Dallas PD go in there and rip it all down and disrupt the whole thing.
Garland did the same thing.
And now
just moves them someplace.
It just moves them someplace else. You kind of filtered them into someplace where they don't know where they're, and now you put them into a community that is going to treat them like you said, they're going to treat them like garbage. And one thing I learned when I was out on Lancaster and feeding these homeless people was, I asked them all, why don't you go into the shelter? The shelter's warm. Go into the shelter. Think about this. And this is something that really opened up my eyes to the homeless population was you see people, pushing a cart with all their stuff in it, all their belongings, right? You can't bring that into the shelter. If they leave it outside, it's going to get stolen, right? Or wrecked or whatever. Picture that. Your possessions, that's your worldly possessions, are in that shopping cart, just like all your possessions are in your house, right? Are you just going to leave all your windows, doors, and everything else open and walk away from your house? No. So there are better solutions out there. They can't bring food into the shelter. They can't bring certain things into the shelter. And it's dangerous at some points in some of these shelters. It's very dangerous.
So I will just tell you, how long have I been talking to you about having Rick on? For a while, right?
About 10 minutes.
I
was surprised when you said, "Hey, Rick's coming." I said, "All right."
Yeah, okay. But I didn't ask that question honestly by accident. All right. When I've been wanting to have him on the show for a while. Right. I sent him some messages and stuff because I realized after looking at that picture
powerful.
of myself how powerful it was, and. I sometimes have lots of ideas, and some of them are out there. Some of them are, but me, when I get on a plan,
more than 40% of it is.
Hey, we're gonna freaking do this, right? The 99.
Right.
We're gonna do this, and we're gonna make it a success. Third watch. We're gonna do this. We're going down this path. We're gonna make it a success.
Right.
So I had this idea for something that in my head I'm calling it the Ocho Project, and you know why I'm calling it that?
Oh, okay.
Okay, and This is a tool right there that could, for some people, probably not for everybody, maybe for just one person.
You could have just called him Rick. You didn't have to call him a tool.
No, I was talking about his pictures, not him.
Oh, all right.
His pictures.
All right. Well, you pointed to him and said, and this tool over here.
No, I was looking at the cameras.
Oh, all right.
He pulls the trigger. He makes that happen.
Right.
Maybe it's only one person. Maybe it's a few more people. But I know that it could make a difference. And then in my mind, this is the thought I'm running through there. It could become something else. Like if it worked where we're at, then it could work over in Tarrant County or, where you're at with that tool. And I just have this big idea. I know that it's powerful and I know what the name stands for and what's behind it. And I've been thinking about it for about a month now.
Bro, you hit it on the head because,
Not quite a month.
No, but you kind of hit it on the head with, Your pictures are powerful.
Yeah.
And we've learned throughout history that certain pictures that have made on either Time magazine or wherever, they're powerful pictures.
I don't want mine on Time magazine.
No, but I'm saying, back in the day, Time magazine, National Geographic, whatever the publication, some of those pictures forced either change or brought change in certain aspects of society. Now, we look at advertising, and the truth is in advertising, right? So, you pass a billboard of, some sort of food or some sort of drink, you pass it enough times, right? Guess what? You're gonna buy that drink, you're gonna buy that, or you're gonna use that product because that's what advertising is. Your powerful pictures of homeless. If a homeless person, if a homeless picture or a family that's living on the street is not in front of our face, out of sight, out of mind, we don't care about it. You put it front and center every single day, you show that there's a problem, things start getting done. Out of sight, out of mind, we don't know about it. I go to bed at night, and you know what? And I'll be the first to admit it. I go to bed at night. I'm sorry, but I don't think about the homeless on Lancaster Avenue sleeping in the cold. Sometimes I do, depending on what I watch or what I thought about that day. But majority of times, I don't think about that. Shame on me, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't release the fact that there's still people struggling on Lancaster Avenue. When I go to sleep at night, what do I think about? I think about the crews that are deployed overseas that are still fighting and keeping us safe. Why? Because I'm upfront and personal with that. I see that every day, right? I don't see the homeless every day. So that's you bring up a great thing that could really turn into.
It could be something.
It could be something. So you definitely hit it on.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
So three years, you've taken tens of thousands of pictures over 3 years.
Probably about a quarter million.
250,000 pictures. Are there 2 or 3
1 hour photo
that really stick out that of either in an object or a person that is like for you it was boom.
Yeah, I've got a special one of Fisk that I took with him, saluting the flag, and then I've got one of Don Graves and Woody Williams that they're standing together. Woody Williams is Medal of Honor winner, both are honor recipient. Both of them were on Iwo Jima. Both of them were fire or flamethrower operators, and I caught them together. That's one of my favorite pictures. And there's some pictures I've taken of the horse detachment at Fort Hood that make good pictures. So,
I'm just going to read a comment right now from Bruce McElhenney. Bruce
is a friend of mine.
Bruce is Bruce?
Bruce?
Bruce is a
I'm
great
sorry
guy.
to hear that.
He worked for the PTSD Foundation of America, and now he has the Spartan Action Network, which he'll be rolling out in January. And it's funny that we were talking about this because he just wrote, "I'm helping a homeless, addicted combat veteran right now." Now, if you know Bruce is on the phone 24/7. He's always got someone calling him, and he's always trying to put him in a referral place. And this is what's sad is the VA will not allow him to get a referral to a treatment center. That's unacceptable. The VA won't give this homeless, combat, addicted veteran a referral to a center. And Bruce says, "I will not stop fighting for him," which I think Bruce will go until he can't go anymore and he'll get help for this guy because that's the type of guy Bruce is. He'll work every exhausted lead. He's like, he will make sure that something happens. But here's what we're talking about. When we talk about what you just said, 12, and now to get it followed up by Bruce, the VA hospital is supposed to be helping. The VA hospital is supposed to be doing stuff. So when Bruce goes to try to get a referral, this vet tries to go get a referral, they shoot him down. It's a kick in the nuts.
Yep.
So maybe we can do something with the Ocho project that we'll talk about it later.
Make him proud, yeah.
And and maybe we can, we've talked about this before on the air. It doesn't have anything to do with your pictures, but President Trump, God bless him and everything he's done for this country. He put together the Prevents program and unveiled it last June, which is to help prevent suicide among our veterans. Great plan. all the other crap going on, COVID hit. Nobody talked about it at all. I mean, we talked about it all the time because we saw the plan. We knew it was a good one. A lot of money went to the VA to help support that program, right? To do exactly what you're doing. And I'm afraid now, if something doesn't happen where you don't put these people in front of the shot callers now, it's all going to go by the wayside. All the good stuff that was done to build up under Trump is going to get, the budget's going to get cut. It's going to go to China or wherever else.
No, I'm going to tell you something about all that money. And I'm not bashing Trump. He allotted all this money, right? What I am going to bash is the way to get that money. It takes a PhD and a group of attorneys filling out paperwork this big to try to get just mental health funds, just to try to get funds out of this. The CARES Act you have to have a PhD to fill out the paperwork. So the money's going to stay there because people can't. Or
they're gonna reappropriate it for some other
something else.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of it is about, because a lot of people have been trying to get this money. And I'll tell you, me and Sam have been on board with this, and trying to get police departments to be able to access this money. And they fill out forms, denied. Fill out forms, denied.
Yeah.
You forgot to cross the T. You didn't fill out your mother's second date or what car she was driving when you were conceived.
You know why it is?
Stupid shit like that.
Yeah, you know why it is? It's not because people at the top like President Trump and Vice President Pence and
they made the money available
because they care. They put the program together. They made it available.
Right.
It's because you have these long-time swampy government employees that you can't fire because of the union that really don't give a shit because they're making their $60,000-$70,000 a year and they don't care.
Right.
And they can say, rejected, denied. Come back and see me because I'm busy and it's almost time for my coffee break. That's what listen, you got me pissed off now.
All right, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off real quick. Bruce, I'm gonna dedicate the last 10 minutes of the show to you. If you can give a call in, that's 214-556-6239, because maybe this platform will help you find a referral for the veteran that you are trying to help. Maybe somebody out there. So let's get that voice out. If you can give us a call, Bruce, 214-556-6239, and let's see if we can help this vet. I just saw that.
To make our point, he was denied again.
To see if we can help. Maybe we can push the envelope. Maybe there's somebody out there that can help. So, Bruce, if you can give
Proctor,
us a call.
call in.
Yeah, Proctor, give us a call in, 214-556-6239. And let's give what do you need? What can we do? How can we help? So,
sorry, that just makes me so angry because some of these folks you deal with them all the time. That they have serious problems. They need help. There's money available to help, but you have some.
It's bureaucracy, right? It's bureaucracy, man.
Because it's easier. It's easy to deny, and they don't have the resources or the wherewithal. If they didn't have somebody like Bruce McElhenney advocating for them, relentlessly advocating for them, nothing would ever happen.
Right.
Nothing would happen because it's easy for some fat ass sitting behind a desk to go denied. And I'm sick of that crap. I am, because we have money to help these people. Why are we not doing it at the government levels? Because you can't fire them, you can't punish them, you can't hold them accountable. Just like,
because it's not in their backyard. It's not up close and personal. It doesn't affect them. But what you said with your program, you want to start putting out about. Have Rick take pictures. Start learning who these people are, put their stories out there. Maybe somebody will give a damn, and maybe we could start slowly changing one life at a time. It doesn't look like.
Way to start it. Yeah, he's probably busy.
He's probably going.
And I get it. Priorities. I got to help this guy. I ain't got time to call in.
And I get it. And I do get it. Let's do a quick wrap up of the show. I got Mad Radio going on tonight at 7 o'clock. You can check us out on our Facebook page, Healing Our Heroes. We're going to talk about the PTSD workshop that Garland and Perimeter Behavioral Hospital sponsored. one thing, big shout out to Chick-fil-A and Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and Patriot Sandwich Company over in Denton, David Jordan for supplying lunch. It was wonderful, and to everybody who showed up. So check us out, the award-winning Mad Radio Show, starting at 7 p.m. on the Mad Radio Facebook page tonight. We have Todd Gure. Is that how you put it? I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Gure he's the president of the North Texas NAMI, not NAMBLA, NAMI. NAMBLA, whatever you said the other day, but NAMI. Oh, we getting a call in? Hey, 99% Radio, 99% Radio Network. You're on the air.
Proctor.
Hey, Proctor, what's up, man?
Hey. Go ahead.
No, go.
All right. Very quickly, tell us what we can do, how we can use our platform to help you with this vet, because we all find it unacceptable. What can we do?
Well, I know what I'd like to do, but it's amazing when you, and you just said it, Walt, when you get these individuals that have power or take the power and use it adversely against the veterans. This man is, I literally took him with his mother, okay, to the VA, to the emergency room, and I want to say this first because they've helped a lot of people that I've also taken there, okay, but here recently, it's been ridiculous. This is not the first veteran that I've taken there, and I'm not saying it because it's me. I'm saying it because the system sucks and it needs to change, okay? And, yeah, I'm pissed off because he just got another no today. This man is on the edge of suicide, okay? His mother knows that the day is coming where she's going to wake up either on Friday. I actually took he and his mother to the emergency room at the Dallas VA hospital, and we waited until 3 o'clock in the morning. They finally discharged him without even admitting him. They kept him in a room, basically.
Now, aren't they supposed to keep him on? Aren't they supposed to, if someone's suicidal, a 72-hour hold?
Yeah. Good luck. They didn't do a 5150. There was none of that was done. Okay, they just kept him in a room. They came in. It's a big, to put it bluntly, a big ass runaround. Okay, and anyway, I'm not trying to put too much out there, but he's addicted to heroin. Okay, so at the end of the night, they gave him basically a piece of paper and said, here's 3 days of Suboxone. You know what Suboxone is? It basically stops the receptors in the brain from loving heroin for a few days, okay? They gave him 3 days of Suboxone, sent him on his way, and said, call on Monday. Well, if you've ever tried to call the Dallas VA on the main line, it's ridiculous, especially now with COVID. Anyway, so, and I was there. I was acting as his advocate, which is allowed. They came out, they talked to me, they talked to his mother, sat there and just basically, said, well, he's going to have to come back or he's going to have to go to outpatient care. And his mother even looked at him, and so did I, and said, where's he going to go? He's homeless. His mother can't take him because she has another son that actually has a medical condition that is, anyway.
This poor mother.
It's a long, complicated.
I can't imagine. Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's a massive mess. So here he is. He's facing, now here it is. What is it, Wednesday? Okay, and I can guarantee that he's jonesing for his next fix.
That was smart to give a heroin junkie 3 days of medication, and then kick him out on the street where he can go into withdrawals and really cause harm. Did you try? Did you try 22 Kill? Did you try 22 Kill? Because they have a program that could place him probably somewhere.
The Blue Voice. I think that's
Hefe. That's Charles Clark.
somebody's.
Anybody that knows me already, if you don't have my number, contact the show. I'll give it to you. You know, whatever the case.
Proctor,
you can call
do you know Hefe? Proctor.
I mean, I've got ongoing contact. I've got his luggage sitting right here. He's waiting to go to treatment. His luggage is in my garage.
Hey,
okay, all I got to do is go pick the man up and take him. But
Proctor,
they won't give him the referral.
We're gonna have to go. We're up against a hard break. Give Hefe a call. He's saying he might be able to help you with this. To give him a call. For immediate
give
help.
Charles a call.
Yeah, I got Hefe.
Okay,
give him a call.
All right, guys.
If we can do anything else to help you out, let me know. All right, brother. All right, see you.
Thanks, Proctor. See, and you could hear the sadness in Proctor's voice that he's trying to help. He's trying to help. He's trying to help. And the frustration, the anger, and if you know Proctor, he never gets angry. He's really never one of those types that gets mad. But I'm sure this has him to the point where now he's stressing. Yeah. Because he cares. This is a topic for another show.
Yeah.
Mad Dog, before we wrap up, any closing arguments?
Yeah, being a veteran, the VA does a tremendous job for a lot of veterans. But man, when you come up against a roadblock, it's kind of like no going around it, no going under it. You can't even go over the damn thing. So I've got a good friend of mine who's a veteran, a Marine, and he's also a social worker, got a psychology degree. I'm about to give him a call because this would be a great topic for him to help address and maybe give some ideas, or because he works with a lot of veterans.
All right.
And just hang in there, brothers.
Rick,
I've enjoyed being here.
We all enjoyed to have you.
If there's organizations out there that nonprofits helping veterans, first responders, just go through the show or look me up on Facebook and see what I can do to help you and your organization help others. So
great. All right. 12, anything?
Just want to mention, maybe we'll talk about it more next week because I have more time. High Seas Rally.
High Seas Rally. We'll
Can't
bring
wait
that
to
up.
talk about it. 22nd Walk the Bridge.
I want to thank all our guests, Mad Dog, Rick, and the team of Orange County Choppers, Paulie Tuttle, and Josh for coming on the show. Once again, stay safe, New York. Remember, today is not the day to give up. Tomorrow is sunshine. So stay blessed, stay well, and until next week.
If you can be anything,
be kind.
Get rid of that dumbass bear.